of Ken's Italian dressing, put it in a freezer bag, let it sit overnight, and then cook it in a fry pan, 3 minutes on each side. You'll love it.
Okay. I like that.
Now for Rit, how can he be so stuck on himself? He looks like a foreskin with ears.
That's not a good call. No.
You don't like that call.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Now for Rit. How can he be so stuck on himself? He looks like a foreskin with ears. Some of your best work, Eric, since you dropped the flight deck loss on James Kelly. Wow. Huge call is sponsored by Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Capital One Shopping. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary. Got yourself a little throwback day, didn't you? Jungle, circa 96 maybe. What a day. My thanks to Xavier Howard and the Dolphins. They made that happen. To Will Brinson. To all you clones, the XR4 Ti. Not to Eric in Orlando, man. That was over the top. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday. We are done. We are done.
Now I'm done.
Hulu has live sports, which means you can watch football on Hulu Plus Live TV. That's right, from the biggest games to your favorite players like Baker Mayfield. Catch the action live on Hulu. Plus, get access to over 65 live channels and the largest streaming TV library, including exclusive originals and the hottest shows and movies. Start your free trial today so you don't miss a moment. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, get a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil and a platinum filter for just $22.98. They're an iconic duo like Salt and Pepper, a hammer and a nail, or the holidays and awkward hugs. You can't get one without the other. That's Napa full synthetic and a platinum filter for just $22.98. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General states pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 12/31/20.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
This is Ashley, and on behalf of the whole Shimmer Boutique crew, we would like to say thank you for voting us Best Gift Shop and Best Women's Boutique in 2020. We could not have done it without you, and we hope that you will shop with us this holiday season. Shimmer carries a wide variety of men's, youth, women's clothing, and jewelry, as well as home goods. Shimmer is your one-stop shop for the whole family this holiday season. Plus, we will always offer complimentary gift wrapping. Shimmer Boutique, located on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks, in Winterville besides New River Pottery, and in Jacksonville's Mall.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's right, it's the most wonderful time of the year to get your car washed at the Shine Factory in Greenville. Now through the end of the year, the Shine Factory is offering their unlimited Lava Factor car wash for only $20 per month, or the Manager Special Wash for only $25 per month. Simply pay one low price and wash all month, anytime, with free high-powered vacuums. Plus, don't forget to pick up some gift cards for your family and friends. The Shine Factory is open daily from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Memorial Drive across from Lowe's.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now, during hurricane season, is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Bostic Sugg Furniture is overstacked and overstocked. Overflowing inventory means clear out prices. Hurry in and take advantage of the biggest and best deals throughout our showroom. Save up to 20% off the best furniture brands: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Kincaid, Rowe, and Restonic mattresses. Plus, just for this sale, 12 months special financing or choose 48 months special financing. There's savings on top of savings. We're overstacked and overstocked, and that means big savings for you at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, live online, pr927fm.com. You can watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you are subscribed to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and you can watch all of our live local shows and also the videos we put up from press conferences and each and every other thing we do here at Pirate Radio. Coming up on today's program at 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Brian North, WCTI 12. Talk Pirate Hoops, Pirate Football, little ACC, everything else going on across the country and world in the world of sports. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports, joins us around 4:30. We'll get you set for the college basketball slate over the weekend. We'll get his thoughts on ECU Radford. Also talk about college football. Good game tonight between App State and Louisiana. We'll look at college football Saturday as well, and the NFL on Sunday. So a lot to talk about with the BMOC in the second hour. Morgan Ahlers is going to join us in hour 3 of today's show, as we'll hear some more Mike Houston comments. We'll hear some of Mike Oresco from yesterday as well, as he joined Troy D and I on Pirate Radio Live. Also coming up in hour 2 and hour 3, we're going to make you a winner out of the Pirate Radio Treasure Chest. Pirate Al, Susan Deans, Steve Hill, Josh Lilly, Karen Gagnon, and Josh Thomas. All winners so far, and we'll make 2 more winners today, beginning in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll have one in the 5 o'clock hour as well. Joining me to kick off today's program is Tony Dunn from CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Hello, Tony.
Hey, Clip.
I like that.
Yeah, my grandma got it for me.
I thought you were about to say it's my grandma's.
It could be.
But I like it.
If that was Cam Newton.
Really getting into your Cam wardrobe. I like the jacket, Tony. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, just in time.
Haven't seen you in a little while. Haven't seen the big dog Glenn Griffin in I was trying to do the math, almost a month.
The last day that I was here was the day after the election. So it was like the 4th.
So a month.
So it's been pretty much
literally been a month.
There was a day in the middle there.
The only thing longer than the time we've seen Glenn is how long it took him to figure it out.
Hey, had to work the math a little bit. Glenn, welcome back.
Yeah, man.
And
glad to be back.
Shirley and I are twinsies today.
Hey, yeah, Shirley. You are.
How did I not notice that we were in the office like literally 6 feet away from each other all day long, and I didn't notice we were wearing the same shirt?
Spider-Man meme.
And the hats are color coordinated.
Yes, we're looking. We're ready to go.
We always
dapper studio today.
We got to color coordinate. That's a requirement.
I wear a lot of black, and I also have a lot of black hats. So I go black on black, and that's what I got going on today. This hat, courtesy of ECU assistant basketball coach Steve Rockeford. Tony,
my man,
our guy, who is an Astros fan. We did a hat trade. I traded him one of my old ECU hats for this Astros hat. So there's the story behind that.
It gets cooler by the day. Except for the hair.
That dude, had a great appearance on the Brian Bailey Show earlier this week. And if you missed it, you can check it out online or watch it on Facebook or YouTube as they talk basketball. Pirates back in action coming up on Saturday against Radford at Minges Coliseum. And we'll talk about that one coming up later on with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We will start talking about NFL with Tony Dunn. And the Vikings are a tough team to figure out, Tony. They were a tough team to figure out during the game Sunday, right? Like it kept, okay, the Vikings are the better team. Wait, the Vikings are still screwy. The Panthers are going to win this game. Back and forth they go. Vikings end up winning it by 18 fourth quarter points for Minnesota.
Yeah, it was a whirlwind right at the end. Well, actually, for kind of with both teams, is to end the second half for the Vikings was our fourth quarter for them, because we had two scooping scores on back-to-back plays. The Panthers scored 14 points in 11 seconds on defense, and then they were ahead for the whole game, and then right in the fourth, they just kept marching down the field, and with under 2 minutes left, right at 2 minutes left, able to take the lead. Panthers have one last shot, get in to like a 52 or 50-yard field goal range. Joey Sly hooked it. He was having an off day. How
many games have ended with Joey Sly missing a field goal now?
This would be number 3, where it's on the last second.
Some kind of out of his control, right? You're asking him to hit 60-yarders or whatever.
Yeah, this is the only one. This one, you expect him to make it, and he was unable to do it, and it was inside, and it was a reasonable range. So tough day for the Panthers on what looked to be a very impressive performance by a defense that has struggled to create turnovers at times this season, get pressure on the quarterback. They look really good, and I think they kind of got gassed at the end, and our offense just was unable to get in the red zone. At the end, Teddy Bridgewater continues to do Teddy Bridgewater things.
You mentioned Jeremy Chin and his performance and his big plays for the Panthers that, you score back-to-back defensive touchdowns, you're going to win a lot of those games. I see a lot. I guess I got a lot of Panthers fans on my Twitter timeline, but I think it's even gone outside of just Panthers fans. A lot of talk about Jeremy Chin this year. If the Panthers had a better record, he's, defensive rookie of the year. He might be anyway, right?
I think he probably should be at this point, but you're right. The record always has something to do with it. At least it does for MVP, right? So when it comes to rookies,
right.
I'm sure it has some sort of influence. Jeremy Chin did something that's never been done in the NFL on Sunday, and that's score two scooping scores on back-to-back plays. Never been done. The last time it was just done in the same game by the same player was 1943. So it was a big day. He didn't cause one of the fumbles. He caused one of the fumbles and got the ball and scored. But being in the right place at the right time, I think, is an asset in the NFL, and getting in the end zone is definitely what gets you paid, even if you're on defense. Jeremy Chin's been probably one of the bigger bright spots of this season for the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers are in that spot you don't want to be in, Tony. It's December. It's cold. It's gray outside. This year is a done for when it comes to the playoffs. So what's the chatter on the C3 podcast and in the post game regarding the rest of this season? How do you watch it as a Panthers fan?
Clearly, we're not statistically out of it, and right now it's Super Bowl or bust.
Okay, all right, still in it. All right, mathematically alive.
I think the attitude has been the same even since week one, and that is to continue to see a team progress and get better from week to week. See a coaching staff continue to get better at coaching and getting to know their players and how they're acclimating to the NFL better. When you have low expectations, it's easy to exceed them. And I don't think we have low expectations in a negative way, or in an insulting way, but instead just reasonable expectations that the Panthers, maybe not all successes are going to be seen in the W category this season.
I think if you had an expectations graph, you were at your low point months and months ago.
Yeah.
Probably like even before the
kickoff.
Well, even before that, I think the expectation, and maybe not for you personally, but I'll speak for myself. When you add Bridgewater and Robbie Anderson, the expectations go up a tick, right?
Yep.
They're still low going into the year, but after the first month of football, your expectations went unreasonably high, probably, some Panthers fans, because you're able to win some games. At one point, you have a winning record, right?
I think we're
2-1? Were you 3-3? Was that the best you got? So the expectations, I think, are a lot higher than they were months ago, but you still have to know where you are. Now, maybe I'm wrong here, Tony, as we go on with games and get further into the season, is the thought of Teddy Bridgewater as the quarterback for next year and beyond starting to become is this a good thing?
It's happened. A lot of people kind of had that idea from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then there's been a group of people that's been resistant to that and like, let's give it a chance, see what it's got. And then Teddy had some success in certain statistical categories that are easy to latch onto. And so, much like you're talking about that graph, as you were explaining this up and down graph, I was thinking like a stock market.
Yeah.
And it's just changing by the moment. And in game, I feel like at times it's changing of what our expectations of the team are. And Teddy Bridgewater, I think the expectations are much like that. Is sometimes they go up and sometimes they go down.
Is Teddy's stock ever going to get back to where you want it to, though?
No, I think it was, it was almost like you bought too high in the first place in on it. And Teddy is a super conservative. He doesn't like to throw the ball downfield. If you think Alex Smith is boring, then meet Black Alex Smith.
Black Alex?
Yeah.
Last year we had White Jameis, which was Phillip Rivers. This year we have Black Alex, which is Teddy.
So Teddy Bridgewater, though, and then this is the kind of big news this past week. Teddy Bridgewater missed an opportunity to win the game. You want to, in this case, we always talk about why a team, who's to blame in many cases, is often a discussion among fans. I like to kind of pivot that conversation clip and say, who didn't win the game, right? It's like Joey Sly didn't win the game because he had an opportunity to. Teddy Bridgewater and the offense didn't win the game. They had an opportunity to. They're on the 3-yard line, a wide open missed pass to Teddy Bridgewater. And I would also say the defense in many ways didn't win the game either, since they gave up so many points in the fourth.
All right, good team loss, guys.
Yes, but no one, so it's not on one person, but there were opportunities for people to make a difference. And Teddy Bridgewater, after the game, really did not take any accountability for just missing that throw. He kept talking about the play coming in late, the not having the right look. And then he came out on Monday and sort of changed his tune a little bit, talking about, it was a good play call and this and that. But one thing he keeps sneaking in there, Clip, is I think we could have checked to a run and scored. Teddy Bridgewater is scared. He's scared to have the ball in his hands at the last moment.
He can do that if he wants to do that, right?
Yes, he wants to check. He wants to hand the ball off rather than throw a winning touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater's stock is down for a lot of Panther fans, and now they're looking to the draft for next year, and that is where the exciting talk is at, I guess, or heading for these teams. Back to your initial question, how does a team and a fan base garner excitement when it seems like the playoffs are out of sight? Well, one, we cheer for teams that can help our draft stock, right? So right now we're kind of rooting for the Cowboys, strangely.
Good luck with that.
Yes, good luck with that. And then you're just kind of trying to see what your continued positioning for the NFL draft will be going forward, I think.
When you mentioned that Bridgewater postgame, it reminded me of a headline I saw earlier today, and I didn't read it, but I did chuckle at the headline. Then it said, Carson Wentz takes accountability, impresses teammates. So what do? Say, I suck? And the team was like, Carson, well done. Thank you for saying that.
Finally, we've been saying it. Now you have admitted it.
Brandon Graham, veteran defensive end, said, the first step is admitting where you're bad at, and that's what I love that Carson did. When we talked to the team, he knew he had to own some of the stuff he's been doing, and he let us know that he's working his butt off to make sure he starts doing a lot of stuff better. So, what week are we in? What year is Carson Wentz? What are we talking about here? But I guess there is something to that, Tony, that you get your respect of your teammates, and if you don't acknowledge what you're doing, you're going to lose the locker room a lot quicker than you can get them back.
Hi, my name's Carson Wentz, and I suck.
Hi, Carson. Every other team in that division has had at least like 2 or 3 quarterbacks play. Wentz is the only one that's been healthy. And he stinks. But anyway,
he looks like. You ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
Have I seen it?
Yeah, of course.
How many times have I seen it?
He looks like the wolf that they grew into the monster.
I know you're talking about.
He looks exactly.
Oh,
like
Glenn's got something.
Do
on
you know
this.
the names?
Ragnar. No.
Toka. And Razar.
I was okay.
So were
these?
So
you know, very close for a guy that does not get names at all.
Yeah. So So Bebop and Rocksteady, obviously, as we talk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now, were from the beginning in the cartoons.
They were part of
that's right.
They were part of the Filmation cartoons.
Yeah.
But
they own the rights. So like the cartoon company owned the rights to Bebop and Rocksteady, so they couldn't be in the movie.
So it was a different deal. So the ones in the movie that you guys are talking about, they were never in the original cartoon.
No,
they were Hollywood creations.
Gotcha.
Much like Kevin Nash as Super Shredder.
Oh, that's a great.
Turtles too.
That's a great.
I think a highly underrated movie.
I like
Go
3.
Ninja, Go Ninja.
Great episode of How Did This Get Made, of course, where they talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. There's a number 3.
No, not good. The Samurai Time Travel.
I like that one.
I don't know if I ever saw that one.
I like 3.
I must have aged out of that one, Tony.
Probably.
1 is the classic.
Yes, of course
Sure.
it is.
Yeah.
Filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina.
When Raphael goes, damn!
I just like Casey Jones, who is goes on to be like in a billion Law and Order episodes. I think he's the cop.
He's a cop. Oh, yeah. He'll be like a scummy.
Wait a minute, Stabler?
I think that's who it is.
Hold up, I gotta look at this.
It's like one of those actors that has like a kind of doppelganger actor, and they, much like the Reading Rainbow guy and LeVar and the guy who was in Die Hard, they remind me.
Oh, you're dangerously close to they all look alike here.
No.
You're getting dangerously close to that area.
You're talking about like Danny Glover?
No,
who's in Die Hard? I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Danny Glover and LeVar Burton do not look alike.
That is not what I'm talking about.
So back to before Tony said something problematic. In my mind, I see Casey Jones looking like CM Punk.
100%.
Yeah, I got that right? Let's see. Casey Jones. Oh shoot! I need to find out who the actors are. What the hell are we talking about?
The first Ninja Turtles during the NFL segment.
Yeah, I can't remember how to get this back on track of where we were.
So we all agree that it was filmed in Wilmington, which is cool.
His name is Devereaux White, is the guy I'm talking about.
I don't know who that is. I know Mike Devereaux, former Baltimore Oriole.
All right, well, maybe we should get back to sports.
Probably so. That'd be the best thing to do.
Up until a few years ago, you could go visit the back lot where Ninja Turtles was shot at.
Really?
The New York Underground and Cityscape was still there, where Ninja Turtles and the First Crow were both shot, and where Brandon Lee died.
All right, there's your movie trivia. On a
one row over is the Dawson's Creek area.
Devereaux White was
true.
Why are we doing this?
I cannot find Casey Jones at all. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's not the guy from Law and Order. It's but it does look like him. Elias. This dude. I don't know who this dude is. All right, that was fantastic radio. Tony, back to football. Panthers off this week? Good dad weekend? What are you looking up? What are you doing?
Okay, so the guy that I'm thinking of is Theo from he was in the.
You were very problematic.
That does look like
no, it doesn't.
Lies.
He's in what? I don't know.
He was in that Chuck Norris TV show where they
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I was always wondering why LeVar Burton murdered somebody right in the beginning of Die Hard when I was a kid. I was like, this is really messing with my worldview of reading Rainbow.
Take a look. It's in a book. I'm going to kill you.
Die Hard, always a Christmas movie.
Amen. And I will fight I will die hard on that hill.
I don't know if I've ever watched Die Hard.
Yippee-ki-yay.
I know. That's like blasphemous, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Wow. You need to see it.
All right.
It's the perfect time of the year to see it.
It's a Christmas movie, even though it's released in July. That's the only problematic thing when it comes
that we've talked about today.
Yeah.
I watched the movie last night. It was kind of a tough watch. Joker. I watched that for the first time.
Oh man,
Joker is a tough watch.
That's like,
I like it.
Yeah, he goes on when he's with Robert De Niro and he does the nighttime interview. Whoa,
the joke.
Yeah, big time.
That was
I thought the hardest part was when you realize how much stuff was just in his head.
Oh, I know. With the girl,
and then like so much of the stuff with his mom.
Yeah,
like,
we're doing spoilers now.
This is also.
It was tough,
hey,
man.
can I circle this around back to our conversation?
Yeah.
This is also what you do when your team's out of the playoffs.
That's a good point. We try to get off topic.
Liver doesn't have that issue though.
Who's that?
You don't have that issue.
Oh no, I'm good.
You're in the hunt, baby.
And every team in the division is going to lose this week, and we're still going to be in the same spot moving forward. So, the Washington Panthers game, whatever that is, Tony, is going to be big for us. I don't know about for you guys, but
I'm cheering for you.
It'll be big for us
because you guys right now are positioned to pick 8th in the draft. We're positioned to pick 7th, and we do not need you leapfrogging us and ruining our quarterback hopes. That's why we need Dallas to win a game or two at the end as well.
I wasn't even going to ask this. So are you guys going with a QB?
I think if you're in that top 10 and one's there, if you can get in the Zach Wilson race, I think it is important to consider.
So you like the kid from BYU?
Yeah, the guy. Well, and then we have to watch this Coastal game. I won't make my final decision on him until I see that game.
That will be. So will you be tuning into that 5:30 on Saturday? Should be a fun game. Yeah.
Myrtle Beach Mormon Bike Week.
I saw that on Twitter. Glenn was putting that out there.
I thought it was so funny.
Mormon Bike
point.
Week.
I forgot what did I say? What did I say in response to your tweet? I forgot. I had said something.
Tony, you're responsible for knowing your own tweets.
I can't remember what I said to him, but it was something probably we shouldn't say on the radio.
So. All right. Par for the course. Tony, we got to get to picks. Let's take a time out. Chandler has texted in his picks. Congratulations.
What, he graduates and then just hits the road?
He graduates, he gets a job here at Pirate Radio, and then doesn't show up to work. Welcome to the family.
Fooled y'all.
Thanks for hiring me.
Gets a job and takes his first day off.
Takes a day off. You gotta love it. The life. All right, we got our picks. Tony Dunn is steamrolling the competition. We'll see if he can stay hot when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Back with you after this.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville. Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
The best place in Greenville to unwind and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's is open every day with great food and great drink specials. During the week, stop by for open mic, music on the patio, or sports trivia with me, Clip Rock. The weekends are made for football. Watch every game in college on Saturday, and every Sunday is Fun Day with the NFL ticket. Follow AJ's on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to see their features menu and weekly lineup. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and online at ajmcmurphys.com.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bells Fork, or greenvilleautoworld.net.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Banking is banking until the service is not the same, and this year has been unusual, but at Select Bank & Trust, they have continued to focus on what has always been important to them, their customers. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank & Trust. Bank local, bank select. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We got the treasure chest opening back up in Hour 2 and Hour 3 of today's shows, as we will be giving away awesome prizes throughout the month of December. We'll open that up about an hour from now for the first time on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, Glenn Griffin here, Tony Dunn in the Pirate Radio studios. Tony Dunn, red hot with the picks, 13-3 last week, Tony.
Good week.
And I have to grade these picks, and I stand by my selections. I have thoughts on why I pick each game, but picking against the Chiefs and the Steelers seems silly a week later. You know what I mean?
It seems silly in the moment, too.
You did. I know, you did. You said, I'll gladly take these two teams, and you guys take the other side. Those did not work out. I don't know why I continue. You even brought this up last week. I said on Twitter, why do I keep betting on Brady and the Bucks? I don't know. Why did I pick them last week? Couldn't tell you. I did not know Tyreek Hill would have 200 yards in the first half. I did not have that in my mind.
But he does like every week, though.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he had 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. Every week he's doing that.
No, it's not. All right, Tony, last week 13-3. Chandler and I were 10-6. On the year, Tony is 109-57. Chandler is 107-59. 2 games back. That didn't sound good.
That was my phone.
And I am 102-64. I'm almost out of it at this point. I mean, I got to have a strong week this week to try to catch up. Tony, no Panthers game to pick, but we will start with your division, Saints and Falcons. I'm blindly picking here. The Saints do not lose when Drew Brees doesn't start. It's a proven fact. It happened last year with Teddy Two Gloves. It's happening this year with Taysom Hill. So I will take the Saints, but I will say the Falcons, since firing Dan Quinn, have played much, much better. Looked awesome against the Raiders last week.
I'm taking the Falcons because I hate Taysom Hill.
Okay. Why do you hate Taysom Hill?
I don't know what he did to me. I don't know why. I just have I pick favorites in the NFL, and that also I pick villains, and he's a villain to me.
All right.
You know why he's a villain?
Because he's not letting us see Jameis?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Jameis off the field.
Because I want to see Jameis.
Right.
I agree.
I feel like they signed Jameis, and they didn't know what they were getting.
How do you not know what you're getting?
Man, I feel pretty clear. A guy that throws 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I feel like pretty consistent.
I feel like the personality of Jameis, when you deal with it day in, day out, it's probably much different. Like, it wears on you. I feel like there's got to be some reasons why he didn't get the start.
Well, apparently, didn't like Peyton write into Hill's contract that if Breeze gets hurt, you're our starter? Something like, I've heard that.
I
don't know.
Organizational considerations that were made.
Yeah.
I think the Saints are ridiculous.
I agree.
I'm just glad
like that organization.
I'm glad I don't have a Saints skill
They
player.
won against a team, though, last week that threw the ball 9 times, completed 1 pass, and had 2 interceptions.
With a Wake Forest wide receiver.
I'm aware of all this.
Off the practice squad.
Yeah. All right. Chandler's also taking the Saints.
They should have just put Judy at quarterback.
That would have been more exciting.
I wish they would have done more Royce Freeman Wildcat for my fantasy team.
Lions at Bears, Tony.
Oh, my.
I wish there was a live tiger eating the players on the field. That would be more exciting.
Would be the only thing that would be exciting about this game.
I hate this game.
Strange fact about this game is that the team that I think is better has the worst record.
The Lions?
The Lions.
The Lions are better than the Bears.
And the Bears are the most fraudulent 5-win team ever. And that was true.
They were the worst 5-1 team of all time.
Yes.
Now they're the worst 5-6 team of all time.
All time. And it's just a circus over there right now with Nagy and Trubisky.
Trubisky's starting this game.
Yeah. Give me the Lions.
You got to gut all that in the offseason, right?
I would think so.
You got to gut it.
I think, both teams are going to be gutted because Matt Patricia just got fired.
Yep.
By the way.
And their GM got fired as well, who brought in Matt Patricia. Strangely, too, is that now it's becoming common for head coaches who are play callers to now share their play calling responsibility. This has happened in Chicago. This has happened with the Jets. And now it's happening with the Eagles.
Maybe some guys can't do both. Maybe some guys are coordinators and they're
Peterson was able to do it just fine for a couple of years.
Well, once the tape gets out, Bubba, the tape's out.
Okay.
I will take.
There's plenty of high school footage on him when he came into the NFL.
I'll take the Lions because I'm going to go with the old fire your coach, play good for the interim coach. Chandler's taking the Bears. That could come back to haunt me.
No.
Glenn, speaking of play calling, I'm trying to look it up in case you don't know. Who are the Nets assistant coaches with Steve Nash? Do you know offhand?
Amari.
Oh, yeah.
And do they get D'Antoni?
Yes, they have D'Antoni. They have the whole Suns.
I read a tweet that said, I guess Amari is going to be their handle the defense, and D'Antoni's going to handle the offense. And somebody tweeted, Steve Nash is just going to handle the cool vibes. So do they have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator in the NBA?
I mean, the good Celtics teams from a few years ago, like the Big Four teams, they definitely did that.
With who?
Because Doc ran the offense, and then
did they have Thibodeau?
Tibbs
ran the defense.
Tibbs ran the defense, and that's how he got the contract with the Bulls.
So when the Celtics have the ball, D'Antoni stands up, and then right when the other team gets the ball,
turnover
stands up, and they have to keep going up and down.
They're on a seesaw. They're on a seesaw.
Nash is just over there doing this the whole time, putting his hair behind his ears.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
Not the coolest guy in the history of the Phoenix Suns. organization.
You're going to say Dan Marlowe.
Of course I am. Dan the man.
He was kind of cool, I guess, but
he ain't Nash.
I think Nash was cool.
Nash might be the coolest, third coolest white guy ever in the NBA.
You're
Fourth
dangerously
coolest.
close.
I know. What are we doing now?
I just keep on thinking of other dudes.
Who?
Like Bird.
Larry Bird
Bird's
was
number
not
one.
cool at all.
Yes, he was.
Like, he was awesome, but he wasn't cool.
Man, he was cool.
I think we have a different.
And then
It's going to be like Lambeer.
Two would
He
be.
was definitely
He was
not
never
cool.
cool. He was
No.
never cool.
Lambeer is cooler than Bird.
But Bird was like one. And
I
then
think I might give you that.
Walton was two.
Oh, gosh. Listen to Walton talk.
Kinda.
It's just,
Well, I would do Walton two.
I like Shirley's. Jason Williams was the coolest dude with what he did on the court. That's different.
That's different. That's a different type of cool.
See, cool is a subjective thing, right? Anyway, Browns and Titans, Tony.
Are we talking about hair or are we talking about basketball skills?
We're not. See, if we're talking about basketball skills, Bird would be number one. But I don't see him as a cool guy. He wasn't very friendly.
He was a master trash talker, though.
That is cool. I'll give you that. Trash talk is cool. I don't know.
Now, if we're talking about handles, if we're talking about skills, got to go with Jason Williams.
And by the way, Steve Nash is Canadian.
what
so
about
he
the
doesn't
guy
count.
that used to do all the crazy, awesome passes with his elbow?
That is who we're talking about.
That's
Jason
the last
Williams.
30
Oh,
minutes.
I'm thinking of the
Jay
other.
Williams, the dude guy?
Yes.
He-
I was
no,
like,
not
he
that
is
guy.
not white. That's what I've been sitting here saying the whole time.
There's a third Jason Williams in the NBA.
Oh, he shot a guy.
who killed somebody.
Not cool.
He just shot a limo driver.
He did. Shooting
Who
people,
was the
not
point
cool.
guard for the Mavericks that ended up being a coach for the Nets or something like
Jason
that?
Kidd?
Jason
Yeah,
Kidd.
I was also thinking of him too. I was
right,
like,
we
he's
gotta-
not white either.
He's definitely not on the white list.
Browns at Titans, Tony. Oh my God, what are we doing?
We just keep going back to problematic things.
We do.
You guys did this, not
It's
me.
problematic Friday. I'll take the Titans.
I will as well.
Okay, so will Chandler. All right.
Well, that was exciting.
Bengals
back to point guard talk.
Bengals at Dolphins. Fitzmagic. Who's starting, Shirley, for your football team?
I think it's Fitzmagic.
I
They
believe
have
so.
not announced they're not committing to a quarterback just yet. I mean, Tua did get limited reps in practice this week, but Flores has not made an official announcement as to who is going to be starting.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Because the
Bengals, without Burrow, they really are going to be struggling.
They're starting Brandon
offensively.
Allen, right?
Don't know who that is.
All right, I'll take the Dolphins.
I will as well.
Okay. And I'm assuming Chandler is, and he is. All right. Jaguars at Vikings. Speaking of teams with
a lot of good dad games right now. We got the Saints Falcons, good dad game. Lions Bears, good dad game. Bengals Dolphins. Now Jaguars Vikings. I'll take the Vikings.
We're calling Titans Browns a pretty good game, I guess.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, is them because what Browns at 8 wins?
All right, I'll take the Vikings too. Raiders at Jets. What happened to the Raiders last week, Tony?
Man, guess
destroyed.
what happens when you travel west to east?
And here they are again, traveling to the east.
I think they would have to play this like in China for it to really affect the outcome of their game. They'd have to go that far into the Orient. Give me the Raiders.
No Josh Jacobs this week from the Raiders.
Okay. I'll still take the Raiders over the Jets, as will Chandler. All right, let's go to Colts at Texans. Pretty good game. Colts got embarrassed by Derrick Henry and the Titans last week. Texans have won a couple in a row since firing their coach, Bill O'Brien.
And GM.
Yeah.
Also Bill O'Brien.
And that's right. And play caller and everything else. Deshaun Watson, Tony, before we make our pick, I did clinch a playoff spot. I'm feeling good. This is the last week of the season. But moving forward, I've had Rodgers in my lineup pretty much since week 3 ahead of Deshaun Watson. Watson's on fire lately. I'll probably ask you this next week when the playoffs begin. But this week, Rodgers versus Philly or Watson versus Indy.
How'd you get these good quarterbacks?
Because everybody let Aaron Rodgers keep sliding because he didn't have a good statistical year last year. And everybody got their starter. And I'm like... What do y'all? I'll take Aaron Rodgers.
I really could have used him. Oh, my team has been struggling. I think I'm on a 4-game losing streak at this point.
Not that anybody cares, but I was sitting pretty, probably in third place. Sam in our league was sitting last or next to last. And I said, all right, I need a running back. Give me Joe Mixon. I'll give you Justin Jefferson. So basically, I'm making a play for this year, and I'm helping your future out. Since then, Sam hasn't lost. He's in third place. I'm in next to last.
Am I going to make the playoffs?
I don't know. Why did you not know about your own tweets and your own team? That bothers me. Tony, you like Butker?
Mm-hmm.
You're in fifth.
How many teams are we making it?
6.
Okay.
You're in a good spot. You need to win this week, though. So good luck. Colts at Texans.
I'll take the Colts.
I'm going to take the Texans, and so is Chandler. This feels like another game you're going to get on us, Tony. But I'm gonna go with Watson and ride the hot hand here and go against Phillip Rivers and take the Texans here. All right, let's take another timeout. We'll come back. We got to pick the rest of the games. We'll try to figure out the NFC West. Rams, Cardinals. I don't know. I can't figure out any of those teams. Washington is playing a weird Monday 5 o'clock game, Tony. The Cowboys play Tuesday night. What in the world is going on in the NFL?
For me, going 13-3, I really feel like I have no bead on this NFL season.
Just go with what works, and that is not knowing anything. All right, more to go on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Merry Christmas from the Brown & Wood family. All GMC and Buick models have employee pricing, so you can save up to an average of $7,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
While other folks come and go, Greenville Pool & Supply has been your local pool store in Greenville and Eastern North Carolina for over 40 years. Are you finding yourself spending more time at home than ever before? If so, turn your backyard into a vacation destination. Greenville Pool has pools for any size backyard. Choose from the very popular fiberglass, classic vinyl, or custom concrete. If you order your pool now, it could be in by this spring. If you're ready for a pool, contact the pros at Greenville Pool & Supply.
Introducing new Domino's Carside Delivery. Now when you carry out, you don't even need to leave your car, so you don't have to interrupt your favorite song.
It's time to drive down to the rock show.
Or interrupt your kid's favorite song.
We'll be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Try Domino's Carside Delivery when you carry out 3 topping pizzas for $7.99 each, and we'll carry out your order to your car contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Joe Dooley. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for all athletes at East Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for a joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experience and professional services, call the folks at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
University PC Care is proud to support Greenville Fire Rescue this year in their annual Operation Santa Claus Toy Drive. Stop by their Fire Tower location over the next 2 weeks to drop off new unwrapped toys. University PC Care will honor $20 off any service for customers dropping off toys, and they will donate an additional unwrapped toy for every toy donated. If you have any questions or for iPhone or computer support, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with Copy Pro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. Copy Pro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at Copy Pro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
Copy Pro, we are the professional office systems people.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Pirate Radio.
Give us a chance. We're going to be different. We're going to play with a lot of fire and intensity, and we're not going to back down from anybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Moran.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Coming up at around 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Brian North, WCTI 12. Get you set for the sports weekend. Also, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, going to talk college basketball with us. Pirates taking on Radford, trying to go to 3-0. That game coming up Saturday afternoon in Minges Coliseum. We'll talk about that and more. Morgan Ahlers here to talk some Pirate football in hour number 3 of today's show. And we will open up the Pirate Radio Treasure Chest twice on today's program, once in the 4 o'clock hour and once in the 5 o'clock hour. So stay tuned for that as we are giving away some awesome prizes. One of those prizes includes a $100 gift card to Familia.
Oh, nice. What's the number they call?
317-1250.
Go ahead and call it and just say hello to Shirley for me.
I will say Shirley was complaining during the break. I heard her talking to Glenn. She says, I never get calls from real people anymore. It's all robocalls. And being here at the station all day and having to answer phones, yes, we do get 9 out of 10 robocalls, no real humans.
Yeah, because especially when you're like editing audio and you're kind of under a deadline, you're trying to get stuff done, and then the phone's ringing, and you pick up the phone, and all of a sudden it's,
hello, don't hang up.
Yeah. Please don't hang up the phone.
I hate when I get suckered by it and they're like, hey, man. And you're like, hello.
Those
are
the worst.
And then you realize, oh, crap, I just said hello to a machine.
Yep. They try to trick you and make them different now.
Or what happens is I answer the phone and say Pirate Radio, and then there'll be it'll be silence, and I'll go, hello? And then I hear this click, and then I'll go, hi, da-da-da-da, and of course, it's a telemarketer at that point, and I'm just, I'm like, I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Go ahead and let your calls fly to prove to Shirley that people do exist.
Really?
Please wait until we open the trust.
I got her attention, though.
Yes,
you did. I was like, because I heard you call the number out, and I'm like, why is he giving out the phone number? And then Tony's like, just say hello to Shirley. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Why don't we just give out Shirley's cell phone that way?
She's trying to clip all this stuff and deal with these knuckleheads on the other side of the glass.
It's like herding cats out here.
Back to the picks, Tony. I don't know what to do. Rams at Cardinals.
Neither do I. I'm going. I don't know.
I'm going.
I don't know. You pick it.
Rams bounce back after a loss to the Niners last week. I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, I am as well, and I was really upset because I'm having some problems at quarterback of my fantasy team, and one of my quarterbacks that I picked up, Drew Lock, who I kind of been cycling in there on some weeks where I thought Cam had a bad matchup. He had the COVID, right? So I went and got Jared Goff, and I think, oh man, Goff is going to have a decent game against the 49ers, and I played him over Cam. Cam scores 5 points, and I go, I made the right decision. And then the 4 o'clock games come along, and Goff scored less points than Cam.
The Rams had a defensive touchdown, I think a rushing touchdown, and that was it. Goff and the offense did really nothing in that game, but all three of us on the Rams.
You know, Aaron Donald leads the league in sacks.
And from a
defensive tackle,
an interior lineman, it's unheard of, really. And
he has 4 forced fumbles. He's a monster, man.
All right, next up, Giants at Seahawks. I will take the Seahawks.
I will as well, and I don't believe that Daniel Jones is playing this week.
I was about to say, Tony, you're great with names. Do you know who's starting for the Giants?
I don't, but I know Daniel Jones is not.
Colt McCoy is their backup. Went into the game last week. It looks like he'll get the ball on Sunday.
Former Redskin gunslinger.
That's right. Eagles at Packers.
This is pretty easy.
I will take the non-NFC East team. I will take the Packers.
I will take the smiling Packers over the frowning Eagles.
All right. Pats at Chargers. Interesting game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Chargers. I think the Patriots, despite not having good passing statistics, have gotten a little bit better on defense over the last couple of weeks. I think the Patriots go in and sneak one out here and go advanced to, I think, 5-5 or 6-6 at their 5-6 maybe at this point.
They'll be in the mix.
Give me the Patriots and Cam on a bounce back week.
Chandler's taking the Patriots. I'm going to say the Patriots continue their up and down play, and I will take the Chargers at home. Broncos at Chiefs. I don't know why this game was not flexed out. I mean, who's watching this crap?
14-point spread, I believe, for the Chiefs. I almost think that's too little. Give me the Chiefs.
Everybody's going to take the Chiefs there. Washington. Last week, I took the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. You guys took Washington.
Told you, silly you.
Washington wins 41-16.
Making it a happy Thanksgiving.
Gosh, it was awesome, Tony. How great was it to eat all that great food in 2015 and watch the Panthers absolutely whip the Cowboys? I had that feeling on Thursday.
It's a good feeling.
It's great, man, because it's the only game everybody's watching it, everybody's talking about it. It's such a great feeling.
The only thing that was better about when we did it is it was the night game, and we didn't have a third game this week on Thanksgiving because it got messed up because of the COVID.
Well, when you did it, it was the 4:30. It was the late afternoon game.
I thought it was an evening game.
The Cowboys always play the late afternoon game.
Well, then it was the same. I wanted my memory to be better, but it wasn't.
Sometimes we make our own memories the way we want them.
Yeah. I thought Jim Abbott hit a home run forever. I swear, I believed that for a long time. He did have to bat some.
He pitched a no-hitter.
Yep.
That is factual.
I swear I saw it on the back of a baseball card when I was a kid, and I just implanted it. And the worst thing I ever did was Google it. It ruined my life. My world was better when Jim Abbott had hit a home run.
Our next guest, Brian North, hates Google because I guess people look at him as a smart guy. So, what he used to say kind of went. And now people can Google it and find out Brian North doesn't know anything. I want to find Jim Abbott's batting stats because I'm curious now.
He did play in the National League a couple of games, I'm pretty sure. Most of his career was in the American.
So he batted .095. There's an awesome picture of him bunting right there, Tony.
Nice.
Let's see if we can find his hitting stats real quick. Fielding. Did he win a Gold Glove?
Oh, zing.
What? I don't know.
Zing.
I can't find it. But I don't think he hit a home run.
He didn't.
Washington at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I guess it's kind of easy to sleepwalk through a Wednesday afternoon game, although that's a division game. Harbaugh knows the Steelers.
They NyQuil'd through this one.
The Steelers have 8 wide receivers I would take on Washington right now.
Yeah, I mean, they get whoever they're just cut. We just should get their trash heap.
Yeah,
they're formerly known great receivers from Mike Wallace down the. They just keep going down the list of cast-offs and they just replace them with even better ones. It seems like.
I hope Washington can stay close here. I'll take the Steelers.
I will as well.
Bills. So will Chandler. Bills at 49ers.
I'm going to take the Bills here.
I think I am too, but I was really impressed with what the Niners did defensively against the Rams last week. But I think Buffalo is the better team. I will take the Bills. Cowboys at Ravens. No reason to take Dallas here, right?
No, there is not. I'll take the Ravens.
I will as well.
Well, actually, are they going to be healthy by this point? Is everybody going to be back?
It's going to be next Tuesday. So you would think that they'd be able to get some of those guys on the COVID list back and get Lamar Jackson back in the lineup. RG3.
Not so good.
No, he did have a nice long run, and then a couple plays later, it looked like he pulled a hammy, but he was able to go back in the game and play. But just
has there ever been a game where he didn't get hurt in it? I don't think so. His
opener against the Saints in 2012, I think he came away healthy from that one, Tony, and that was the last time.
The last time.
That was it. All right, the picks are in for the week. Tony, what do you got going on this weekend?
Nothing, actually.
No Panthers?
No Panthers.
You chilling?
Kind of a nice respite to a hectic NFL season. But at the same time, I am starting to think about, man, it's week 13, right? Or week 14?
13.
We're at the end, and now I'm almost getting sad.
I know.
I was getting towards the end.
Have you watched any college hoops yet?
No.
Are you going to?
Probably.
You only
Probably
listen
not.
to it on Pirate Radio.
I do listen
during the tournament.
I do.
That's the only time Tony is
or
involved
if I
at
get
all.
to go to a game with Clip.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my first time having season tickets be the time I just send a cardboard cutout in my stead.
Were you going to get tickets this year?
No, I was going to use your tickets.
Oh, right, yeah.
I have a friend who will take me every now and then. That's all I need to do.
I hate that we can't do that as of right now, Tony, but I don't know. Maybe this vaccines and everything, maybe we'll be able to see some live sporting events soon. Did you miss not going to Bank of America this year? Nah.
Yeah, yes and no. We've talked about this, is that it's so much better. It's so much better when you're kids.
Want to see if my dad can take us?
Now we're talking. That's why I have so much fun at these Pirate games when we go to the basketball game, because Clip's dad still takes us.
You're all over it, though, man. Going to a Skins game as a kid when I wasn't in charge of anything and didn't have to pay for anything and didn't have to drive.
Could sleep on the way back if you get tired.
Gosh, that's the best. When you're the adult and you're responsible for another human or two, and you got to pay for everything, and you got to park and get a hotel.
We just don't have enough money for it to be cool.
I think what we need, Tony, is just an unlimited supply of cash.
Yeah, or just maybe a driver would help.
That would help,
just so we can nap on
a
the way
little bit
back.
on the stress level. Yeah, for sure. The driving is, because that during the towards the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, all I'm thinking about is, all right, how am I going to get out of here? Traffic.
Yeah.
What should I do?
I don't know. Having somebody go and buy my concessions would be pretty cool, too.
Yeah, you didn't have to leave to get up to your seat.
Dad, I'm hungry.
All right, we'll see if my dad can take us to a football game. That'd be cool.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, Tony, thanks for hanging out, man.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
All right, we got the treasure chest coming up in hour 2. We got Brian North, Jeff Nadu as well. A Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live is returning after this.
What the heck was that?
Oh, that was Chuck from Naughty Dog. They just did a new beer release, and he gets so excited he runs around town screaming and telling everyone. I told him I would cut this new commercial instead and let people know to get to Naughty Dog this holiday season to try their new beers, that they're open 7 days a week, and that they're doing a fundraiser to drop off food and toys for dogs. Go to Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville today, and maybe you'll see Chuck there screaming. Follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling is taking a beating. Guarantee your family's comfort all fall and winter with a new Train system. It's hard to stop a train. For a limited time, get a new Train system with 0% financing for 60 months. Go to DelcorInc.com for more information. Delcor, the service professionals. See your independent train dealer for details. Call 1-888-534-6898 for details.
This holiday season, get the perfect stocking stuffer from our friends at Sawyer's Fun Park. If you purchase a Sawyer's gift card now, they'll add bonus bucks to it. Here's how it works. Buy a $20 card, get $10 added on. Buy a $40 gift card, and you get $20 added on. If you buy a $60 gift card, you get $30 added on. Or if you buy a $100 gift card, you get $50 added to that card. It's bonus bucks. Going on now, only at Sawyer's Fun Park on Quarry Road in Winterville.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Banking is banking until service is not the same. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust, and this year has been unusual, but we have continued to focus on what has always been important to us, our customers. When businesses needed access to the Paycheck Protection Program, our team of local bankers worked around the clock to successfully keep our customers open and their employees working. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? We are Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Here today with a boo, also known as Brian Cavanaugh to his friends and family, YF3.
You know, I came here for the workout and quickly realized that it was far more about the physical. It's about the fellowship. It's about the opportunity to open up, to be vulnerable. And what that does is that increases the closeness, that increases the accountability, that increases that brotherhood.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
The busiest travel days of the year will soon be here. What better way to arrive at Grandma's house, or any house, than in a beautiful new vehicle? Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. The new models are a feast for the eyes, and as comfortable as mashed potatoes and apple pie. And comfortable is the way you feel each and every time you visit our dealership. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come in and see our holiday savings. You'll drive home satisfied.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Well, let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They'll come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, thanks Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back to Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Clip Rock here with you. Coming up at the end of this segment, we are opening up the Pirate Radio Treasure Chest for the first time today. For the 7th time this December. We'll make you a winner in this hour. We'll make you a winner in hour number 3 of the program as well. So stay tuned for that coming up after this interview with Brian North from WCTI 12, Fox Eastern Carolina. North, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I actually answered my phone.
I know.
You called.
Shirley was going to really get upset if you didn't answer today, Brian. So I'm glad you did.
Let me tell you the worst thing about that is, right? I'm on 4th North baby watch right now. The phone could ring at any second, and I got to go. And I had my phone on silent the other day for hours and didn't even notice.
So you are not watching out for that baby very well.
I could have been in huge trouble.
All right. Well, if you get a beep during this interview, you feel free to go because that's somewhat important. It's not as important as what I'm about to talk to you about. I saw a coverage map for the NFL, Brian, and there's going to be a lot of angry people Monday at 5 o'clock who don't plan ahead and look ahead at when you can watch ball games. Apparently, Washington and Pittsburgh will not be on our local Fox 5 o'clock on Wednesday or on Monday. Is that correct?
Not that I'm aware of. Now, I will tell you, the phrase above my pay grade was invented for situations like this because that is made at a corporate office in Baltimore where they probably can't find New Bern on a map if they were asked to. So the funny thing is, when you look at the fandom maps of the NFL, obviously Panthers in North Carolina is number 1. But number 2 and 3 on that fandom map is the football team of Washington and the Steelers. So you would think it would make sense when they would air that game. It would get some decent ratings, but I don't have a voice to whoever is making those decisions. I couldn't tell you who's making those decisions, and so I'm just going to kick that can way upstairs to somebody I probably don't even know their name who's making that decision. But I don't. If you're asking me, probably not well thought through.
My PSA to people is this: if you have the Yahoo Sports app, it shows local games on the app. So the Yahoo Sports app Sunday is showing Saints Falcons 1 o'clock on Fox, Cleveland Tennessee 1 o'clock on CBS, Philly Green Bay 4:25 CBS, and then the night game Denver Chiefs. And it is showing, of course, the Monday night game. It's showing Dallas Baltimore Tuesday. It's also showing Washington Pittsburgh. So for you folks out there, I believe it only shows games that you can watch on the Fox Sports app. I believe you might be able to see Washington, Pittsburgh in this area on the app.
So Fox, and you probably know more than I do because I haven't investigated it, but Fox Network, the network, is still having the rights and is showing that game Monday at 5.
Correct, yes.
And we only have syndicated programming on at that time, so I'll tell you what. I will send an email up the chain. Whether it will be answered or not, I don't know, but I will send something up the chain and see if I get any kind of reaction. Now, I may get fired, and I'll be hanging out in the Pirate Radio studios all the time begging for coupons again, but I will try it.
You know what? This game in particular isn't worth you being fired over, Brian. I'd rather you do that when, Washington is in I really need to see the game, so if you think you might get fired, please wait to do that for a game I really need to watch. So
yeah, well, it's holiday season. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
North, let's go. How about Blake Prohl? Your reaction when you saw that news this week that he would be leaving East Carolina and heading to the NFL draft?
Yeah, I was surprised, right? I mean, he's got 1 to 2 years of eligibility left. He's a self-proclaimed late bloomer, and I thought one more year of good football getting bigger and stronger, because that's his one weakness, right? Yeah. I mean, I think he's got a lot of those things that could make him an NFL player if he gets hooked up with the right team. The one thing he's missing is strength right now and size, which another year of working at ECU, you would think that he would get there, at being the late bloomer that he is. So I was a little surprised, but he's graduated. He may not have any interest in going to any more classes at ECU, and maybe he thinks I don't know if he'll get drafted, but as a free agent you get to pick your situation, and he may have, with his dad and his connections, he may have some insight as to some teams he can go to and have a better chance of making a practice squad and eventually a team. So I was surprised just based on what I know, but he and his dad know the situation a lot more than I do, and you have to respect his decision, and he's always seemed like a good, level-headed kid, so I don't think he made this decision lightly. I think you look at all those factors, and there could be some other things he's not saying, but definitely surprised. I thought one more year would be great, but good luck to him, and I'll be rooting for him just because he seems like a nice, quality young man.
Yeah, definitely seems like a great kid, and I think he has elite hands. That is definitely his strength, and has to work on.
Justin Hardy,
yeah,
right, and now Justin's having trouble finding a job too. You've got to have that strength and breakaway ability to sustain yourself in the NFL.
Well, I don't think it's like far-fetched to say when you look at guys who have tried to make that leap to the NFL with recently not as recent Dwayne Harris, but Justin Hardy, Zay Jones. Blake Prohl is a tier below those guys. At least he was at ECU compared to their ECU stats and what they're able to do on the football field. Brian, do you think if his name is Blake Brock, he's going this year? I mean, how much does he's getting great advice, obviously. He's got great guidance, and he's certainly got connections with his dad being Ricky Prohl.
I'd have to, again, it goes back to you have to weigh your options. Do you want to go back and start graduate school when that may not be something you want to do anyways? You still have to go to class.
Yeah.
Maybe he's thinking full-time in the weight room instead of dealing with COVID issues, and maybe he can go get with a trainer and he can get the bulk he needs in that short amount of time and be ready. So, look, I don't think, again, this was a decision he made lightly. I'm sure he got a ton of guidance, and so that's why I respect it because of who he's surrounded by. It's not like he's a kid who comes from a family that has no idea how the process works, right? Ricky was a 17-year NFL player who's also coached, who's been through all these things before, has had other sons go through it. So I have to respect their decision because I would think they had a lot of knowledge and discussions put into it.
Yeah.
So if I were advising, I would have said come back another year. But again, who am I? I'm just some local yokel who gives his opinions and gets paid. So,
Brian, we laid out some scenarios of how we could see SMU kind of sleepwalking through the game, the beginning of the game anyway, coming out flat against ECU back on Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. But, man, the Pirates just hit them in the mouth, and really that punt return, or the fake punt was huge to keep that first drive going, get points on the board, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. But you think about SMU, they had 2 losses, and their 2 losses were to the teams they were chasing, so their tiebreaker situation was bad. You kind of could paint a picture on how they could come out flat, but that first half, Brian, that's about as impressive I've seen an ECU football team, maybe ever, but in a long, long time.
Teams that travel Thanksgiving weekend always seem to be a little flat on those things, but if you're ECU, you make no excuses. I had said, I think 2 weeks prior to that, their previous home game, I thought they were primed to bust out and really kind of put everything together. I was 2 weeks off on that because they certainly did that last Saturday. The Temple game is another one. You don't make any apologies for winning that game because you need to learn how to win games no matter who is out there on the field. So I think the Temple one was a game that, okay, we got over that hump. We're feeling good going into this final game, just like they did last year going into their final Tulsa game and laid an egg. So I think, another year later, they learned from some of those things, and they played great. SMU probably didn't play very well, but it doesn't matter. You can only control what you can control, and ECU played great, took advantage of the situation, and a huge springboard, both mentally and physically, for them going into the next season.
No doubt about it. Mike Houston needed that one. Get the monkey off his back a little bit, Brian. Get the first signature win since he's been here at ECU. They'll try to use that. A lot of discussions to be had coming up now, Brian, about who's sticking around. As do we get Bruce Bivens back for another year as a senior? Of course, Deontay Smith, and it appears Chris Willis, since he was introduced, although he could still choose to come back and play defense for ECU next year. But those conversations now next up for the Pirates.
And these guys have to decide, do they want to put in another year? What is their end goal? Every guy who plays thinks he's going to play in the NFL, but you have to have some serious conversations about, do you want to put your body through it for another year if football isn't your future? Can you get better? Do you like being around the team? Do you want to go to class? Do you want to deal with all the COVID? There's so many things to have in this discussion, and you have to have honest discussions. You can't have it with people who are, you're going to be an NFL star camp. You have to have people who are honest with you, and I think that's where guys have to look at that. Not everybody wants to take that extra year of eligibility because, frankly, after 5 years, you're over it. But I always tell other people the window's so short, why wouldn't you want to play? Because you're not going to play forever. You only have the short window. Take advantage of it as long as you are enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, Move on with your life. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything you put in, and move on. But those are all individual discussions that they'll have with the coaching staffs and their families. And I think it'll be a mix. I can see a Bruce Bivens coming back. He seems to enjoy playing the game way too much to walk away unless he's guaranteed a spot on a professional team.
And really started playing his best football at the end of the year for the Pirates as well. Yeah. Brian, what is the early signing period going to be like? Like last December, ECU was able to go ahead and sign pretty much all their guys in December. That's kind of the new trend, right? Right when that window opens up, you have your traditional signing day that you usually have in February. What is that going to be like this year with a lot of high school football not being played, with coaches unable to be face-to-face with kids? Do you think we'll see more of a trickle over into February maybe with guys signing than we did last year?
I think a lot of guys are going to be sitting around waiting because, let me tell you, the biggest factor is there's not as many scholarships available with guys returning and having that extra year of eligibility, and that trickles down through all of these classes, right? And not just the seniors, but all the way down through. And so there are less scholarships available, so there's a lot of guys sitting around waiting. And the highest recruited guy, the most talented guys, they already know. But it was those in-between guys who were hoping their senior year. You show a lot on film. Think of Javonte Williams at North Carolina, right? He doesn't get that scholarship offer at North Carolina, now leading the country in touchdowns. He doesn't get that if he doesn't have a monster senior year and gets that scholarship at the end.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of guys out there who missed that opportunity and are just kind of sitting there wondering and waiting if their phone is ever going to ring. So I think it's going to be a much lighter signing day. The best guys are going to go, but all those other guys are probably going to have to wait until they can either get in the spring, or you may see them trickle down for another year. We could see an influx of guys going to prep schools or junior colleges,
right?
So they get another year in and wait on that scholarship offer. So I think that's where the trickle-down effect could actually happen, is the JUCOs and the prep schools will get a big bump from all this.
That's a good point, Brian. As you were talking there, I was thinking, well, wait, are we going to see like an influx of preferred walk-ons after the February, March football season in high school?
Yeah.
But maybe your scenario could be more correct with the prep schools and things like that. It's going to be fascinating to watch if, North Carolina, for example, can get in this football season when they're trying to get it in, and then what happens right after that as far as seniors who have no more high school eligibility. What do they do if they're on the fence, if they're kind of out there waiting?
Walk-ons, gray shirts, guys enrolling a semester late. There's going to be a lot of creative thinking going on, because football coaches have always tried to stash players, right? Back when there was unlimited scholarships and unlimited walk-ons, you could stash guys everywhere to keep them from going to other teams. So coaches will get creative. They'll find ways, but it's tougher now because the numbers just don't work out.
Brian North joining us. While we're talking high school real quick, Brian, was there something new with the high school classifications and everything? I love getting you in the weeds with this high school stuff. It's your favorite topic to talk about. Also, I did see, Brian, that is there going to be no more like 1A, 1AA, 2A, 2AA in the playoffs? Tell us, what do we know? What do we know now, Brian?
Yeah, so the subdivisions that they offered in football, I think they started in 2002, because they couldn't figure out the simple math of how to get in all the teams that really should be in the playoffs, right? They did this antiquated predetermined system where if you're part of some conference, it was determined before the season that 3 teams from your conference would get in and only 2 teams from another conference, without even putting in some kind of thought to it. So that created a lot of people complaining, and so they decided the simplest thing to do was just go subdivisions instead of actually going with a true playoff point system, which other states use. So they've done this subdivision for many years. Now there's the complaints that it's too watered down, 8 state champions instead of 4 is too many. So now the NCHSAA will, in the fall of 2021, go back to no subdivisions, just divisions, but what this does is open up the fact they'll probably go to more classifications. So instead of 4 classifications, they'll probably go to either 5 or 6. So instead of 8 state champions, you're probably going to have 6 now, so they're basically eliminating 2 in the middle of the pack. So that I don't have a problem with. I'm okay with that one. They're shortening the season to 10 games from 11. I don't know if I'm thrilled with that. It might hurt the schools a little bit who rely on the gates for football. They're going to have one less game to be a part of. So that one's going to be an interesting debate, but they're doing it for health reasons, they claim, and to shorten the season, which they say is too long. The big one that's got a lot of people talking right now is high school basketball players are going to have to wear masks while playing games. And
oh, boy.
I don't know how that's going to work out, but that's going to be that's going to be a real interesting scenario to see how they regulate all that.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I do know. Not a fan of that. So, what is the...
Look, the brilliant thing they did is they're putting one extra official timeout in each quarter to let those players catch their breaths from having masks on. That was their solution to it. So,
boy,
look, it's going to be like waterboarding. You talk to ECU football players when they're sweating, when they're wearing those masks. I said it was like getting waterboarded when you couldn't breathe. So, are you going to have like 100 masks on the sidelines where players keep changing them out? And there's going to be so many things. And by the time they actually play in January, the vaccines are going to be out. I don't know how long this thing will last, but it was a very interesting decision made by the NCHSAA.
What is the, do you know off the top of your head, Brian, when are we scheduled to get our first basketball action in? Because that's going to roll right into football, and then that rolls into baseball, right?
Yeah, January 4th are the first high school basketball games.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're a month away, and interesting. Hopefully, as we see throughout college basketball, how many of these games are going to go on, how many are going to get postponed. How about ECU, Brian? And I do want to get back to ACC football in a moment with you, but ECU is 2-0 in hoops, and neither one of their games were on the schedule a couple weeks ago. That's crazy.
College basketball is going to be nuts. Like, have your pen and eraser, or your paper, your pencil and eraser ready, because this is going to be nuts. Unlike football, which, by the way, BYU 2 days before a game scheduling to go to Coastal Carolina cross country is insane.
Yeah.
But in football, it's so hard to do that. In basketball, you need, 24 hours notice? And just like, all right, yeah, we can go play that game. It's like pickup, right? So you're going to see that a lot in basketball. So if you printed out a schedule, make sure you got a pen or a pencil and an eraser handy, because it's going to be nuts how crazy the schedule is going to change. And that's the cool thing about basketball, with fewer players, how fluid you can be in that situation.
Yeah, Matt McCarthy, I talked to him on a Zoom. You can watch it soon on Pirate Radio, Brian. He said, I guess all this, scouting the opponent and worrying about the other team was overrated my whole career. I guess I didn't need to do all that work, because now, like you said, teams are just putting together games and going out there rolling the ball out. So,
coaches have always done too much that way. We saw it in NASCAR, right? No practices, no qualifying, and probably you could argue the racing was even better. And so coaches always trying to get an edge by outworking or working even harder. Oh, yeah, now we get back to more of the basics. Let's just go out there and play, and the better players win.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. North, one thing about college football, and I'm still into it. I'm going to watch every game I can on my day off on Saturday, as long as I don't have chores to do around the house. And But what matters right now? Usually, we're looking for teams to get to that 6th win, and they're playing for that. And it seems like they're almost racing towards the finish line more so than trying to finish out strong. Now, one team maybe not doing that is NC State, who's had, I think, a better year than people predicted. They're going for win number 8 on Saturday, so they're definitely playing for something. But I think when you look at these games, especially if you're trying to pick them, you got to figure out the motivation here for these teams.
Right. Yeah, correct. And so I just laughed, because at the beginning of the season, when the mighty Big Ten and the Pac-12, they did the morally right thing, and they were going to not play their seasons, and all of a sudden the SEC and ACC are like, well, we're going to play, and we're going to pick that money, and they started having success, and then all these conferences wanted to jump in late, and now they're jumping in when their numbers are really bad with COVID, and they're having lots of issues and having trouble completing these games. So I just find that comical that they jumped in for greed reasons, right? They want to be a part of the playoff format, because the playoff was going to go on without them, and they didn't want to miss out on that money. So now they jump in, and now they're having these issues, whereas teams who started early or started on time, it looks like they're going to get in their seasons, and kudos to them, because how many people in the country were saying, you can't play these games, they'll never finish the season.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of teams are going to finish the season because they adapted and found a way. Now, what's going to happen with the bowl games? I think bowls don't get announced until December 20th, and then you're going to have to scramble and play within a few days, and so you have some guys trying to position themselves for these bowl games, but look, here's what's going to happen, right? So you can talk about the Big Ten all you want, how, it's important. You have to have 6 games to qualify for the championship, but the college playoff's going to put Ohio State in there whether they play 6 games or not, right? Because the eyeball test tells you they're a great team. So that becomes farcical of getting that many games in for a certain team, because they're going to put in who they want to put in, who's going to generate the money anyways. But those games are still important for other purposes and to see if they can get them in. So you can watch if you want, but you already know the 5 teams that they're probably going to put in that playoff.
Yeah, Cincinnati, not one of those teams. It comes down to, if Clemson loses to Notre Dame in the championship, Clemson's out, right?
More than likely, and it depends on how it looks, and then it depends on where teams are. You know they don't want to put Cincinnati in, but if Cincinnati, finishes strong, a couple of big wins, and then, Clemson gets blown out or has some issues, that's an avenue for them to sneak in.
But
BYU and Coastal Carolina are trying to do what they can. So you have all these teams trying to sneak in. So, the college committee is hoping that Clemson wins in a close game and they can put them both in or put some other big options in and they don't have to even mess with the people on the outside.
Brian, every question I ask you, you answer follow the money pretty much, and then we do have time to fill, so you do talk about you do a good job answering questions, but money is usually the answer at the end of the day. Why does the NFL not want to do the Week 18? Why do they have a Wednesday afternoon game? Why is Dallas playing next Tuesday? Why are they so reluctant to take a week off? And I don't know at all. The only thing I can think, are they so tied into that money Super Bowl weekend already that they can't push that back a week? I mean, is that it? I don't understand their reluctance.
That would be my guess. Yeah. You've already got all your TV slots scheduled, and the NFL, when it gets to playoffs, the money goes way up. And so I think they want to keep those spots that they already have. You're right, Super Bowl weekend's already locked in. There's a lot of money generated with that. And look, the NFL has done a good job. You think about all the issues they've had, but through 12 weeks, every game has been played. Yeah. Like there's none that haven't been completed the week they were supposed to, or a bye week wasn't used. So,
are you counting the Broncos? Are you counting the Broncos and whatever they rolled out there last week as a team playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Their quarterbacks are stupid enough to do this. They were warned, right? At the beginning of the year, they were warned. Always have the lone survivor somewhere in case an outbreak happens, and they didn't do that. And so the lone survivor becomes poor Kendall Hinton, who the last time he threw at Wake Forest, he got beat out for the job. But, that's the penalty of your people, your organization, your players making wrong decisions.
There's enough McCown brothers out there, right? Just have a McCown in a bunker for every team and throw them out there if you need to.
So the interesting part of that whole discussion was, why couldn't they just sign somebody off the street or take an assistant coach off their staff and have them as an emergency player? I mean, they expanded the practice rosters, the practice players, so they could be there for situations like this. Mm-hmm. But why couldn't they sign a Colin Kaepernick right off the street or sign one of the assistant coaches to play? And the NFL put a stop to that because they don't want them stacking their coaching staffs with players so they can have them ready to go. So it's interesting, and there's a little hypocrisy to it of how the NFL is handling some of these things. But it's interesting to see them go about it. But so far through 12 weeks, they've been able to pull all this stuff off.
North, you're on daddy duty and expected father duty, I guess, this weekend. What else you got planned for the weekend?
Yeah, that's about it. We got most of the essential baby stuff is ready to go, but there's a few other odds and ends to clean up. And I got the Newbern Flotilla. I'm scheduled to MC Saturday evening, social distance style. So if there's no phone alerts coming through, I'll be in downtown Newbern, 5:30 for the flotilla to watch the boats and Christmas lights parade down the Neuse River and Trent River. So that's about it. The rest of it's just honey-do list until the 4th North.
The 4th North. I like that. Keep the ringer on, Brian, and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
So if you want to have some fun, I don't recommend it, but it just makes me think of it. Because I'll have the ringer on while I'm on TV. Just go ahead and call my phone, and it'll ring, and you can hear it on air.
Oh, wow. Okay, when are you live next?
5:30 and 10.
All right, Shirley, we'll put the news on here in the studio. We'll call live on the air and see if the phone rings. All right, Brian, thanks, man.
All right, see you, Cliffy.
There he is, Brian North, WCTI 12, Fox Eastern Carolina, joining us. And I tell you what, Shirley, let's make somebody a winner right now, because Morgan Ahlers just walked in the door, and he's screaming booty. And it's time to not go inside the booty bag. It's time for the treasure chest, Morgan Ahlers. Yes, sir. That fires them up even more. 317-1250. 317-1250. Caller 12 is a winner out of the holiday treasure chest. If you are not Alan Powell, Susan Dean, Steve Hill, Josh Lilly, Karen Gagnon, or Josh Thomas, and you're 21 or older, call us now, 317-1250. We'll find out our winner and talk more sports with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Christmas presents are great, but Christmas cash is awesome. This is Vince from Play It Again Sports in Greenville, and it's time for us to help you turn around the stuff in your house into cash. Clean out your closets and garages for cash today. We're buying sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, and more. We're buying bicycles, skateboards, snowboards, water skis, treadmills, ellipticals, dumbbells, and more. Play It Again Sports, your home for Christmas cash. Just past the Cracker Barrel on Greenville Boulevard. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Emporium presents A Very Beer Christmas.
'Tis the season to be drinking, fa la 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 la. Jingle beers, jingle all the way. Rocking around the Christmas beer, have a happy holiday.
Give the gift of beer this holiday season. Emporium is offering a special 12 Beers of Christmas box, perfect for any craft beer lover on your list. And the Emporium gift card is always a winner. Christmas cheer awaits you today at Emporium on Dickinson Avenue and on Facebook and Instagram.
This holiday season, remember Jersey Mike's for all your catering needs. Whether it's a private party or you're just feeding the office, Jersey Mike's can take care of it all with 5 convenient locations serving the Greenville area. Jersey Mike's also has online ordering, contactless pickup, delivery, and in-store takeout. Subs, salads, wraps, and all items are sliced fresh all day, every day. Take a break and enjoy Jersey Mike's. Everybody likes Jersey Mike's. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Liz Robinson from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. Our practice offers a variety of orthopedic services, including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, total joint replacement, as well as general orthopedic care. We also provide on-site physical therapy and on-site MRIs at our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville. For experience and professional medical care, call us at 757-2663 or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Go Pirates.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Bostic Sugg Furniture is overstacked and overstocked. Overflowing inventory means clear out prices. Hurry in and take advantage of the biggest and best deals throughout our showroom. Save up to 20% off the best furniture brands: Lazy Boy, Bassett, Kincaid, Rowe, and Restonic mattresses. Plus, just for this sale, 12 months special financing or choose 48 months special financing. There's savings on top of savings. We're overstacked and overstocked, and that means big savings for you at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Denise Walker is a licensed insurance agent here in Greenville and can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums. prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call Denise today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. We got Morgan Ahlers in the green room joining us at 5 o'clock today. We've got the big man on campus lined up, set to go in just a moment. But first, we opened up the Pirate Radio treasure chest for the 7th time this December, and we still have a ton of prizes to give away. And lucky caller number 12 was Jim Dillon. Is that right, Shirley? Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Congratulations, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jim. What do you do?
Work here in Greenville. Been here since '88.
All right. You ever won the in the treasure chest before?
I've never won before. It's my first time.
Here we go. Well, Shirley, let's you gonna run down the prizes real quick?
Sure, why not?
We haven't done it yet today. All right, you can start.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Oops, hold on. I got to get the...
All right, Jim,
we're
going to run over everything we've got left, so here we go.
Bud Light ECU Beer Pong Tailgating Table Set with 2 cases of Bud Light.
Bud Light ECU Cooler with 2 cases of Bud Light.
12 large pizzas from Domino's of Greenville.
$100 gift card, Visa gift card from Sparky Snowballs.
Gift basket from UBE.
1 year free VIP subscription to Hoist the Colors.
Tailgate party for 10 from Parker's Barbecue.
$100 gift card from Familia.
$50 gift card to Pirates Cove Car Wash and $50 gift card to Haviland Express Loop.
$100 gift card to Shimmer Boutique.
$100 gift card to Chico's.
Gift basket from Naughty Life.
$100 gift card to Warrior Zone.
$100 gift card to Greenville Pool.
$100 gift card to AJ McMurphy's.
$100 gift card to the Team Store from the Down East Wood Ducks.
Gift basket to Naughty Dog Brewing Company.
$100 gift card from the Shine Factory.
$250 gift card to Bostic Sugg Furniture.
$100 gift card to Jersey Mike's.
$100 gift card to Atavola.
And a $100 gift card to Bowen Cleaners. Well done, Shirley. That is what's left in the treasure chest, Jim. Anything tickle your fancy there?
Wow, so many awesome prizes. I'm sure my wife would love to have that Shimmer. But no, really, anything would be awesome. That's a lot of awesome prizes there.
That's nice of Jim to think of others. It is the season for giving. We'll be doing the giving right now, Shirley. So let's open up the chest. Shirley will draw a number. That number will correlate to a prize on the sheet I am holding right here. What do we got, Shirley, as she gets inside the pirate mug?
Number 5.
Number 5. Oh, this is a good one because you can choose your own adventure with this one, Jim. A $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Sparky Snowballs.
Awesome.
There you go. So that should help you out this Christmas and get yourself a gift or a loved one a gift with that $100 Visa gift card. Jim, congratulations, man. Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio.
Arg.
All right, well said. A hearty arg from Jim there, who is our 7th winner. Congratulations to Jim, and we will open up the treasure chest once again coming up in the 5 o'clock hour when Santa Ahlers is in the house joining us later on in today's show. All right, we got hoops going on right now. I'm watching Maryland and St. Peter's, and right now the Terps are up 15 with 14 minutes to go. For those interested, Fairfield leading Stony Brook 22-21 with 5:44 to go in the first half.
Clipper, did you see the tweet earlier from Barstool about the bet that was placed on this game?
And I was following that, Glenn, because now every time they say an anonymous bettor has bet,
I always think it's Dave.
I always think it's Dave Portnoy. He bet $1 million on the over in the first half, which hit, by the way.
We don't know it was Dave. But
we don't know.
I just always assume it's Dave.
It said an anonymous bettor. I bet $1 million on the first half over of this Maryland St. Peter's game and the game over, I believe, too, right?
Right.
So he's already, whoever it is, he or she, is already $1 million up with potential to go $2 million up.
So they hit the first half over.
Yes, they hit that one. It was 62, and I think it ended up like 65, 6, 7.
What a rando game.
Yeah, St. Peter's, Maryland.
Take the big drop on.
Whatever, but get your Friday started off right, I guess. Let's talk more college hoops, a little NFL, a little college football, and more right now with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. Big man, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good, Clip. How are you?
Hey, doing great. Big man on basketball dropped another episode, another podcast today. Folks can download that. Make sure you subscribe. And, great for the gambler, but just great for the college basketball fan that wants to learn more about the teams and players in action. And, Jeff, that seems to be going pretty well for you so far.
Yeah, things are good. The pod's doing well. People are enjoying it. If you want to hear about college basketball, want to talk college basketball and listen to it, check me out. Big Man on Basketball. It's out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, it's doing well. Thanks for bringing it up, Cliff.
And on that note, Jeff, it seems like you can find yourselves in wars every day at Barstool. How are you going on that end of things right now with the folks at Barstool?
I'm getting by. It's a good company to work for. Things happen. I'm just doing the show, man. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it's going. People are listening to it. You get in a lot of fire occasionally, but I stand up for what I believe in. Hopefully, I get treated fairly, and that's all I can ask for.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Big man, let's talk some hoops and some games coming up today. I was going to ask you because I saw an American team in action today, and you're on the other side of that American team, so we can talk a little Tulsa basketball. And always solid, I guess, with Frank Haith. They are 5-point favorites today over Texas Arlington, and I believe you're on the other side of Tulsa today, right?
Yeah, very much so. I think Tulsa is a team that's going to struggle all year to score the basketball. That's been pretty evident in their first two games. They only put up 65 at a bad TCU. Then they struggled against South Carolina, didn't even hit 60. This is a team that I think really misses Martin Zigbunu, a guy that has been really good for them. He's kind of that 6'8" player that they had that could just get buckets. They don't have that. They lost some other guys to transfers as well. A guy called Darian Jackson, he moved on. So, this is a team that's kind of struggling. Or Jackson didn't move on, but he's not playing as much. So they've just not really had guys that have kind of figured it out. We remember Elijah Joyner last year. He had a big shot in one of the games. I think it was against Cincinnati. But all in all, it's just been a tough year for them so far offensively. They're not a good foul shooting team. They turn the ball over a lot. This is a UT Arlington team. I was surprised to see getting this many points. I think anything above the 5 number is a good play here. This is a team in UT Arlington that's been very good against the spread. They've been very good against the spread for years, frankly. They don't turn it over. They have a great point guard in Shahada Wells. They have a guy that can score the ball in David Azor, and they play great defense. I think it's a really tough spot for Tulsa. I didn't quite agree with the opening number. That's why I was able to kind of pick it off quickly. Like I said, I would be betting it above 5 probably.
Jeff, a couple of, I guess, on paper, the best matchups regarding the teams in action, and we can go and look at, you kind of like to go beyond the beaten path a little bit, more so than the headline games, but games involving the big-name schools tonight. Wisconsin-Marquette at 7 o'clock. Wisconsin, a 4-point favorite. I watched Marquette lose to Oklahoma State earlier this week, saw a lot of that game. And also Oregon-Seton Hall, and Oregon, a 4-point favorite over the Pirates tonight. Anything on those 4 teams in general? Do you like what do you like? What do you dislike about those teams?
Yeah, I think, and we talked about this game on the pod. Me and I had a guest on, him and I. We talked about this Wisconsin-Marquette game, and he made a kind of a really astute point that if you look at Marquette, I mentioned their turnover issues. They've not been great at protecting the ball so far, but when you look at their kind of looking into it a little bit more, the one game they struggled was against Oklahoma State. If you know anything about Oklahoma State, they really pressure the ball. They're really going to have active hands. Wisconsin's a team that kind of sags off and basically wants you to make them, beat them, basically. And Wisconsin's not going to be, I think, as handsy and able to turn them over as easy. I actually really like Marquette. I think they're a solid dog at this price. I haven't been impressed with Wisconsin in the second half of games. This is their first kind of real opponent. It's a big game in this state. And I've really liked what I've seen out of the bigs for Marquette. I think they can handle Potter and Ralvers down low. They have a kid, Dawson Garcia. He's a freshman, 6'11", 235. Reminds me a lot of Chris Bosh. Really, really plays like him as well. Get DJ Carton to transfer from Ohio State. Colby McEwen's played well for them. They have a good defender in Theo John. So if I can get 4, I would definitely have some thought on Wisconsin here. Sure.
Another game tonight, Jeff. Duke in action, and I feel like I like to think I know more than the common man when it comes to sports, but I've never heard of their opponent tonight. Bellarmine? Is that how you say that, Jeff? Duke's 30-point favorites tonight against Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
Bellarmine? Is that what that? Okay, I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Bellarmine. What do you know, Jeff? You know it all. Who are these guys?
Yeah. Bellarmine is a team for years that was a power in the Division II ranks. They moved up. There was 4 new teams this year. They moved up to Division I. And,
okay.
Yeah, they're a team. Yeah, they're a team that is. Look, I don't consider Bellarmine a team that I would put in kind of the bottom ranks of college basketball. They're not to the level of Mississippi Valley State or Kennesaw or someone like that. I will say though that there's absolutely no way I'm looking to lay a number like this with Duke right now. This team really looks like a freshman-laden group. They've made a lot of mistakes. The shot selection has been poor. This is a team that struggled against Coppin State. It could be a game where they just kind of get going, and this group looks like a Division II team. But they have a good coach, Scott Davenport. He's a guy that has kind of made them kind of a big boy in the Division II ranks. For anyone that doesn't know, they're from the Louisville area, and they kind of replaced NJIT, who moved out of the league. There's not a lot that's really known about them. They're big on shooting and cutting in the offense. Definitely a lot of movement. They like to pass the ball a lot. You look at last year, it's kind of interesting. 17 assists per game as a team, which was very high. So, they love ball reversals, ball movement, kind of a Chris Mack disciple, if you will. So I'm gonna kind of align probably with Bellarmine, but this could be a game where Duke just figures it out and they look like a Division II team here. It wouldn't be a game I'd bet on.
Jeff asked you earlier in the week, Pirates said to take on Radford coming up on Saturday. The Highlanders off to a slow start, but we know how good they've been over the years. You said that they have been hit with the transfer bug and got some issues here early on in the season. Might be better later in the year than they are now, but any quick thoughts on Pirates Highlanders coming up Saturday at Minji's here in Greenville?
Yeah, Radford, as you mentioned, definitely get hit with just guys that kind of moved on and aren't necessarily there anymore. You look at last year's team. Carly Jones, he goes to Louisville. They had a guy, Travis Fields, he graduated. Devin Ike, he moved on. Devontae Holland moved on. Donald Hicks. This team just got destroyed. You look at last year, Clip, 10th in experience. You look at this year, 250th. So. It's a lot different. They're not the same.
ECU, by the way, Jeff, the complete opposite of that, where they had an influx of new players, and now everybody's back this year. So,
yeah, and ECU's a solid favorite in this game. I think, to be honest with you, Clip, I think it shakes out a lot like the first game for ECU against Charlotte. I think it's probably a mid-60s, maybe 68, 69 for East Carolina, and I think Radford struggles to get to 60. So. I'm not sure that I'd lay double digits here, but I think the under has a value. I think the under is probably, total's probably, 135 or lower. So I would probably lean under. I don't think the pace is going to be there, and Radford wants to slow and go it. So.
Well, Jeff, got a headliner coming up Saturday at 1 o'clock in Indianapolis. It'll be Gonzaga, number 1 in the nation, taking on number 2 Baylor. Both of these teams beating good competition earlier this week. We saw the Zags knock off West Virginia. Baylor over Illinois. How about this matchup? And we don't have a line. You might can guess a line here, but what kind of game are we going to see between the Bulldogs and Bears coming up?
Yeah, this line opened 4. It's down to 3.5 in some spots, even lower. Sharp Money came in and bet Baylor at 4. I get it. I think obviously it's just transitive property. You're just kind of hoping it's close. It's one of those two teams they're really good, and they're just going to kind of battle it out. It comes down to the final possession or two. But I actually have Gonzaga better than everyone by a pretty, wide margin, but it's a good margin. Gonzaga's just really good, and I worry about Baylor's interior front court. I don't know how good they are offensively. I think they could be really hamstrung here. I think that Gonzaga's guards and the movement they have, the ball movement is just too strong. I think Baylor's good. I think they'll hang in this game, but I think Gonzaga's just kind of on another level than everyone else. Losing certain people for Baylor, I know it didn't really kind of move the needle. But you lose a guy like Tristan Clark, not exactly easy. I mean, Tristan Clark's a 6'10" guy. Gave them a lot down low. He kind of has to retire due to some health issues, and that kind of hurt. I think it'll hurt him in this kind of game. I think Gonzaga's just an embarrassment of riches.
Jeff, Big Man on Basketball, you can download that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Subscribe, and all you need to know about the college basketball slate and what's going on in the world of college basketball. I want to talk a little football while we got you here, Big Man, and I'm intrigued. I said it earlier this week. Usually at this time of the year, we're seeing, all right, who needs their sixth win? Who's playing for something? It almost seems like teams are kind of just racing to the finish line to get this season over with for the most part. But BYU, Coastal Carolina, a couple of undefeateds meeting in Conway, South Carolina, and the Cougars are 10-point road favorites going into that game at 5:30 on ESPNU. Just a quick thought on that one, Jeff. What's your take on BYU, Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, pretty impressive by both these teams to get this game scheduled.
Yeah.
It's seemingly a lot easier to schedule than I think we all thought it was before this year. But, look, I'm not really going to step in front of BYU. It kind of reminds me of the game we just talked about with Gonzaga-Baylor. In the grand scheme of things, well, I think Coastal Carolina is good, and I think they're solid. I think BYU is just kind of on another level. BYU's beaten some really good teams by a wide margin. Boise State's a good football team, Cliff. I know their backup quarterback was in, but if they beat them up, they beat up Houston, who's a solid offense. I think Coastal, while good, I just don't think they're on BYU's level. I think their run defense will struggle here against Tyler Allgeier and Zach Wilson through his arm. I'm just going to kind of lean BYU. I will say, though, I think the play you want to make here is team total over. I don't really want to worry late about a backdoor cover on a 10 or something. So I would kind of almost lean with a team total. I get you probably like low 30s. I would probably be in on that.
The other two solid teams in that conference with Coastal Carolina play tonight, Jeff. That's Lafayette and App State. App State, a 3-point home favorite against the Ragin' Cajuns, total at 51.5. That's a good Friday night game for folks to check out tonight. Any interest in that one?
Slight lean to App State. I think they should be kind of where they are. Louisiana can't stop anyone on the ground. I kind of lean just with the better team there. I do actually like in that conference, UL Monroe, Arkansas State. I already bet the over in that game. I think that game has the potential to be one of the higher scoring games of the weekend. I think Arkansas State could hit 60. UL Monroe just give up 70. That's a bad team. But one thing I like about UL Monroe, they are good for 24, 27 points. They pass the ball clip second most in the country, only one higher is Washington State. Both these teams top 10 in passing play percentage. So we're going to see a lot of throws in this game. We're going to see a lot of stopped clock. We're going to see a lot of points.
Jeff, I know your focus is on basketball right now, a little college football. How about NFL? You looked ahead to Sunday, Monday, or even Tuesday at the NFL slate coming up this weekend.
I'm still kind of working through it. I think for me, I'm going to kind of just keep riding one thing, and that's Tennessee team total overs. I've been betting a lot of Titans team totals. I just love this team. I mean, they're really good offensively, and I think one thing that kind of goes unknown about them is they're one of the better teams in the red zone you'll see in the NFL. I mean, they were terrific last year. They're as good as it gets this year. They just scored touchdowns, and I mean, I had their team total last week. It was over at halftime. So, look at Cleveland. I don't love them defensively. This is a good offense, Tennessee. I really like Tennessee.
Everybody make sure you know who's starting your quarterbacks for all these teams this weekend, because just a position that has been ravished with injuries this year. And looking at a lot of games, Jeff, there's a question mark at who's starting, and you're also seeing some double-digit spreads this week due to that. So interesting as we come down the stretch here in the NFL and college football. And, of course, Big Man has all you need to know about college basketball on the Big Man on Basketball podcast, which another ep dropped today. Jeff, anything we didn't hit on going on this weekend that you're interested in?
Just plenty of basketball. Looking forward to it. I am looking forward to the SMU Dayton game on Saturday. Definitely a kind of up and down spot for SMU. Played 3 cupcakes. Now you play a tough team. If you know anything about SMU, they're dealing with some injuries. They just had Tyson Jolly opt out, one of their better players. So that's a game I have my eye on.
All right, there's 15, 20 minutes with the big man. You can get a lot more with the big man on basketball. Make sure you check that out. Jeff, always enjoy the conversation. We'll check in with you again Monday. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Clip. Talk to you next week.
All right, there he is, BMOC, Big Man on Basketball podcast. Make sure you check that out. I've downloaded today's up. I'll check it out on the way home from Pirate Radio. Let's take a time out. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2. So Stanford can't play games at home in basketball. And there was talk by John Rothstein that they might just try to hang out in the state of North Carolina and play some games. Well, they have scheduled a game with a team in North Carolina. Unfortunately, that team is not ECU. I'll tell you who it is on the other side when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Banking is banking until service is not the same. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust, and this year has been unusual, but we have continued to focus on what has always been important to us, our customers. When businesses needed access to the Paycheck Protection Program, our team of local bankers worked around the clock to successfully keep our customers open and their employees working. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? We are Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cold weather is here, and some families in our area need help to stay warm. Greenville Utilities' Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their heating costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. And GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor stay warm this winter with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. For more information, call 752-7166 or visit GUC.com.
More meat ounces means more meat bounces. Get any papadilla like the new double cheeseburger papadilla for just $6. Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papadillas are part sandwich, part pizza, and only $6 each. The new cheeseburger Papadilla is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Let us help you get back to business. This is Donald Stocks and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina. We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that, plus custom social distancing signage. Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting-edge, contactless, touchless marketing or traditional direct mail, we can do it all. We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
University PC Care is proud to support Greenville Fire Rescue this year in their annual Operation Santa Claus Toy Drive. Stop by their Fire Tower location over the next 2 weeks to drop off new unwrapped toys. University PC Care will honor $20 off any service for customers dropping off toys, and they will donate an additional unwrapped toy for every toy donated. If you have any questions or for iPhone or computer support, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
What What the heck was that?
Oh, that was Chuck from Naughty Dog. They just did a new beer release, and he gets so excited he runs around town screaming and telling everyone. I told him I would cut this new commercial instead and let people know to get to Naughty Dog this holiday season to try their new beers, that they're open 7 days a week, and that they're doing a fundraiser to drop off food and toys for dogs. Go to Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville today, and maybe you'll see Chuck there screaming. Follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram for more fun.
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. PRL this afternoon is brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, wrapping up Hour 2 of today's Pirate Radio Live. So on December 1st, John Rothstein tweeted out, Stanford is considering remaining in North Carolina following the conclusion of the Maui Invitational to play non-conference games because of the current restrictions in Santa Clara County. I thought, that's interesting. A lot of college basketball schools in the state of North Carolina. Do they stay out west and just play like Western Carolina and App State and maybe Asheville, since they're right there in Asheville? Well, they're going east a little bit. But they'll be taking on North Carolina A&T. This is probably the only time North Carolina A&T will have an opportunity to host Stanford in probably anything, especially men's college basketball. But John Rothstein says that they will play a game on Sunday. You kind of hope that Stanford just keeps going east, right? Maybe they end up in Greenville to take on the Pirates. That'd be pretty cool. But
I think they're going to Myrtle Beach.
Head south.
That's where everybody's going.
That's the new destination. BYU's heading there tomorrow for a football game.
I saw their truck has arrived.
The BYU?
Yes,
truck?
it has made the trek from Provo, Utah.
Wow.
To Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Weird deal.
And had a throng of Cougar fans there waiting for them when they arrived.
So there are Mormons in Myrtle Beach,
which is wild.
I don't know. Maybe the surrounding area of South Carolina. I don't know about Myrtle Beach specific.
Man, if they don't get a bunch, like I'm talking in the thousands of Mormon bike riders to do some sort of Mormon bike
week. That's all
photo
Glenn
shoot.
wants.
I just want drone shots of the strip, and it's covered in Mormons on bikes. I think it'd be the most hilarious thing ever.
Mormon Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. All right, we owe you a break. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Morgan Ahlers will join us. We'll hear some comments from Mike Houston, comments from Mike Oresco's interview on Pirate Radio Live yesterday, and we'll make you a winner. We'll open up the treasure chest once again on this Friday. It's all ahead. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
The busiest travel days of the year will soon be here. What better way to arrive at Grandma's house, or any house, than in a beautiful new vehicle? Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. The new models are a feast for the eyes, and as comfortable as mashed potatoes and apple pie. And comfortable is the way you feel each and every time you visit our dealership. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come in and see our holiday savings. You'll drive home satisfied.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
UBE and PirateWare.com have everything to fill Santa's sleigh this Christmas. Officially licensed ECU gifts and apparel, polos, outerwear, and sweats from Champion, Columbia, and Cutter & Buck. Visit the Crow's Nest for the largest selection of ECU children's apparel in the world. Be sure to follow UBE PirateWare.com on all social media platforms to stay informed on sales, events, and giveaways. UBE and PirateWare.com, making your Christmas jolly and bright for over 50 years.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, where good health hits home. Visit your CBD store today on Arlington Boulevard across from the mall. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Your CBD store is the largest CBD retailer in the country and is now offering curbside pickup and free shipping for online orders. Your CBD store has the highest quality, all-natural products with no chemicals. Your CBD store is located on Arlington Boulevard next to Duck Donuts and online at cbdrx4u.com. Your CBD store, Greenville, where good health hits home. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3. We had Brian North on the show a moment ago, Fox Eastern Carolina, WCTI 12. I received a picture of a coverage map earlier this week that said Washington-Pittsburgh would not be on our Fox local channel Monday at 5 o'clock. Kind of a regional deal. It would not be on. Brian North said he would reach out and talk to the higher-ups, and crap. And
Brian North said he talked to the higher-ups and crap?
Brian North said he talked to the higher-ups, says they are flexible, so stand by. As I was just talking now, he said he got an email and says it's not an option. Damn it! I wanted to take credit for having Washington on our local Fox station Monday at 5.
When does Troy come back on the show?
Monday.
Okay. If that would have happened, Troy would have taken credit for it.
Well, true, but either way, now nobody apparently is going to take credit.
No, I talked to North at 12 o'clock that day on Friday.
Brian, thank you for trying. Did you think he even tried, or he's just like blowing smoke?
No, I think he did.
Okay.
With him, it would be Weaver.
Yeah, it might not have gone as well. But all right, no Washington Pittsburgh on TV. It is on the Yahoo Sports app apparently, so check it out there. All right, Morgan Ahlers is here. Hey, Morgan.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Good to be seen.
We will recap ECU SMU. We will recap the 2020 ECU football season. Mm-hmm. We will also make you a winner out of the Pirate Radio treasure chest. Not you, Morgan. One of our listeners will be a winner.
I can't be a winner?
You are a winner. Here you go.
Look at that.
Ellery told me to give that to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Morgan, our first winner here in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll make you a winner later on this hour on Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Merry Christmas from the Brown & Wood family. They have amazing deals going on in December, like the Cadillac Escalade has savings over $17,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
UBE and PirateWare.com have everything to fill Santa's sleigh this Christmas. Officially licensed ECU gifts and apparel, polos, outerwear, and sweats from Champion, Columbia, and Cutter & Buck. Visit the Crow's Nest for the largest selection of ECU children's apparel in the world. Be sure to follow UBE PirateWare.com on all social media platforms to stay informed on sales, events, and giveaways. UBE and PirateWare.com, making your Christmas jolly and bright for over 50 years.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys offer more than physical therapy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have more than therapy services, and, we have a lot, but a lot of people don't know that we offer personal training and even health coaching services. We have personal trainers that will actually come right to your home, do a personalized workout plan with you, and our health coaches will help you meet goals and solve problems for those health challenges you wanted to solve but just haven't had a chance to get to yet. Hey, to learn about our packages and deals, you can go right to our website at kptonline.com.
Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Maybe you're planning to visit parents, family, or friends. Arc Point Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. Arc Point Labs of Greenville offers easy solutions to COVID-19 testing. Arc Point Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. Arc Point Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Discover a new wave of refreshment. Crafted using seltzer water, 5% alcohol, and a hint of fruit. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with natural flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, 2019 Chicago. Visit whiteclaw.com for full nutritional information.
In studio today with Punch-Out, also known as Todd Belk to his friends and family. Why F3?
I come to F3 because it's pretty much the best way to start your day. Getting with a group of guys that are working out, it's free. We really push each other, and it's a fellowship. We check on each other. We stay pretty active in the social networks, and it's just a good group. It ties you into the community. It's been a good experience so far.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Welcome aboard the Pirate Ship of Fun.
Pirate Radio.
Prepare for the adventure of a lifetime.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, where good health hits home. Visit your CBD store today on Arlington Boulevard across from the mall. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Got damage? Damage from wood rot? Fixed. Damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. Damage caused by water? Fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All righty, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3. Maryland putting in the finishing touches on St. Peter's as they are up 32 now. In the second half, college hoops coming up tonight. College football coming up tonight. A good one between App State and Louisiana. That should be pretty good. Morgan Ahlers here in the Pirate Radio studios. What's up, Morgan?
What's going on, man?
You watched some hoops earlier this week. We'll talk about that. And we'll start with football, though. And the Pirates finish off the 2020 season in a big way against SMU. I got to be honest, Morgan. Last week, I was kind of ready for the season to end. The players, the coaches going through all the testing and everything. And, yeah, you just kind of limp to the finish line. After seeing that game Saturday, I want another game. I want to see that Pirate team play again. They looked awesome against SMU, especially in that first half.
Yeah, they played well. I think they came out a little bit conservative in the second half. And credit to SMU to make a game of it toward the end. But SMU made some changes, especially on the defensive front, I think, in the second half, and caught East Carolina off guard a little bit. First couple offensive possessions, adapted, overcame, won the game. Go on back to Dallas with your head between your legs. SMU.
All right. Did you say that on the PA, or is that just...
I did.
Wow, okay.
I did.
All right. Morgan...
By the way, I'm not doing that again next year. They fired me.
You got the axe after that one? All right. Yeah. Mike Houston needed that one, right? Pirates have been in games. They just haven't been able to finish games against good teams. They did that day.
I heard the conversation you had with Brian North when I was coming into the studio earlier, and he made a good point that teams have to learn to win. In the Temple game, yes, it was ugly. Yes, I think maybe in the second half, East Carolina took the foot off the gas a little bit, understanding where Temple's at, unlike some of the other coaches and what they do in their, in their plans and their game schemes throughout the years. But you have to learn to win. And there's been times in East Carolina's past when East Carolina has gone on the road, been the heavy favorite over the years, and everybody talk about playing down to the level of competition. Mm-hmm. Well, East Carolina is right now in a spot where they had to learn how to win, learn how to finish games, and I think they did that in the Temple game, and obviously holding on to beat SMU like they did, and that was a game I thought could have been very easily East Carolina in the 60s, possibly 70s, had they come out and done the same thing. Again, knowing that you're up that much, there's only so many possessions you're going to have in the second half, and it's a matter of taking care of business, and they did, and I'm very happy for the team.
No doubt. Great way to close out 2020 on to 2021, Morgan, and going to be an interesting offseason, as you know. What do you know about who's coming back, who wants to come back? How many of these guys are we going to see back on this team that were seniors this season?
Well, I think there'll be several that maybe took their final walk the other day.
So Chris Willis, for example, was announced before the game, right, as a senior.
Yes.
That leads us to believe he will not be returning.
Well, I think he's got the option to.
Sure.
I think that, in the event that he decided not to, let me go ahead and walk. Let me go ahead and do that. I felt really bad the other day for those, I think there was 8 seniors that I announced that their parents weren't allowed to be on the field.
Yeah.
I personally thought, again, this is my opinion for what it is, that, hey, worst case, bring them in on Friday, let them test, or test them Saturday. If they test negative, like the rest of the team, they can be out there if they're self-quarantined, whatever. But, that wasn't the case because they're trying to keep both teams safe. But again, they got a chance to go out there, and after the game, they were allowed to see their parents and that kind of thing, which was kind of cool. I hope Chris Willis comes back. I thought he had a really good year. I think he can be a very calming influence and have a lot of leadership if he decides to come back next year.
Holden Ahlers back at quarterback for the Pirates. They'll have the freshman running backs back in the backfield. they'll have a stable of receivers, but one receiver they won't have, Morgan, will be Blake Prohl, who announced he will be entering the NFL draft. What did you make of that decision earlier this week?
Well, I heard a little bit about it the last couple weeks that was a possibility. He graduated. Congratulations, by the way, Blake, if you're listening to us on your graduation. I think today is when they did that, today and yesterday. And he is a graduate of East Carolina. And obviously a lot's been made of the fact that he is the son of Ricky Prohl, 17-year NFL veteran. And Ricky knows the league. Ricky coached in the league. He played in the league. He's got tremendous connections throughout. Still trains a lot of NFL players in the offseason at prolific sports complex they've got in the Greensboro.
I see a lot of those pictures. I think Holden's been in a few of them too, with Ricky, with Blake. I've seen CJ, receivers that don't even go to ECU.
That's right.
They're working out.
Tremendous facility up there.
Yeah,
and he's been a part of that. And I think Ricky's really analyzed this year's draft. And I think you're looking at is Blake a 1-2, maybe 3-round draft pick? Probably not. But then when you look at that 4th, 5th, 6th round or whatever the case may be, there are a lot of guys that maybe in a normal year would have come out, but they've decided maybe they didn't have the season they had. They'll probably opt to stay in. So it's probably a pretty good year for Blake to go out, because I'm going to tell you something. He's got some great hands. He's very much like his father, can run really good routes, very much a possession receiver. I think I read the stat this week that he has dropped 2 balls that were thrown to him.
Right. I mean, elite hands.
2 drops.
Yeah.
And teams need that. I mean, there's so many times you have, I'm going to say, the prima donna wide receivers out there that get all the headlines, but when you go to you look at the success that the New England Patriots had over the years when Tom Brady was there was always the Gronk. They had 1 or 2, but they always had that possession type receiver that wasn't afraid to make that catch in traffic and do those kind of things. And Blake, in my opinion, is one of those guys.
Speaking of Pirates trying to make it to the next level, I got a text from a buddy this morning, and I guess he was reading a Bleacher Report article on draft eligible players, and the sleeper of the week was offensive tackle Deontay Smith from ECU, and headed to the going to be in the Senior Bowl, so he's going to get some eyeballs on him there, Morgan. And unfortunately played the first game and had to leave that game. That was the game against UCF, I believe, and had some issues, I believe concussion issues, and decided to sit out the last 3 or 4 games he couldn't play, which was fine. That's his option. I liked that he was on the sidelines, so like he was supporting the team and everything.
He was, and I think for him to be successful in the NFL, you're going to have to play tackle. You're going to have to be in that 300-pound range.
Yeah. He's a little lean.
A little lean. He's going to have to put on the work, and I think he's willing to do that. And wish him all the best. And hopefully, when he goes down to the Senior Bowl, he can go down there and show what he's made of, and represent the Pirate Nation well, and have a good shot at making a living in the NFL for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Morgan, we've seen the Pirates go through pauses when they were leading up to the season. This is kind of a self-imposed pause where they're away from the coaches for a 6-week period. I know Mike Houston and the coaches have talked about it a lot. They hope everybody takes care of their business on their own before they report back to Big John and winter workouts. But this is kind of an important stretch for the players to take care of themselves, right? They're not going to have the coaches all over them. They're going to have to kind of self-work out and then self-motivate themselves.
Well, it happened about 3 weeks earlier than normal. Because college usually gets out that first or second.
There's still teams playing. Yeah.
They are. Yeah. And for East Carolina, they happened to finish up after the SMU game the week of Thanksgiving. So what they have to do now, and unlike this summer, because when they had the quarantine and they were away from everybody, they didn't have access to gyms. Mm-hmm. They were closed.
Yeah, right.
So guys were doing, what they could do, home gyms. They could sneak into a school gym every once in a while and lift. But for the most part, they were just trying to do whatever they could, whether it was running, conditioning, whatever the case may be, to stay in shape. At least right now, during this 6-week absence from Big John and the rest of the staff, they have the option of going into a gym and working out every day. Mm-hmm. And that's a big difference from where it was this summer.
Yeah. Morgan Ahlers here. Shirley, let's hear a little bit more of Mike Houston's final comments of the year at his final press conference. By the way, Coach Houston coming up Monday on Pirate Radio Live in the 5 o'clock hour. So looking forward to catching up with the coach and wrapping up the 2020 season. Let's hear more of his comments from earlier this week as he wrapped up the season.
Mike, I wanted to go back to something you referenced earlier today. You were talking about when some of the guys came back out of the original quarantine, weren't happy with the condition that they came back, and you mentioned that some of them didn't recover from that. You didn't want that to happen this go around. I think you mentioned the team's going to be going for 6 weeks. That's a long time. That's to be on your own without any guidance and working out and eating. I'm just curious, how do you manage that differently this time? Because you said you wanted to come back ready to go and in good shape this time. When it's remote like that and everyone's on their own doing whatever they want to do, how do you do things differently so that doesn't happen again, and how can you control that?
Well, I think number one is my message yesterday to the team could not be any more direct. I mean, it was as this is what could happen, this is what can't happen kind of deal, and multiple examples. We have split the roster up every week and split it up. Whether it's position group or the strength and conditioning staff have split the roster up just by individuals. And I think that their realization of those that did suffer from the quarantine, they're well aware of it. I mean, some of them, it cost them a year of playing because they just could not get on the field. Some of them did not play at a level that they expect themselves to play at. They're all well aware of the impacts, positive and negative, that the quarantine had. Because some players handled it great and showed up in a condition that was prepared to play at a very high level, and they did. So I think just that realization is important. I think we, as much as we tried to stay on top of them during quarantine, we have to do better with that. And I've told the position coaches, your number one priority is our returning players. You've got to make sure that we really stay dialed into them. Our strength and conditioning staff is really dialed into that also. Just like using technology I mentioned a while ago, they have experience now with using technology to make sure that the kids have some guidance. Same thing with our nutritional staff. We are going to have the ability to have our facilities here available for guys that are in the area. Which we did not have that back in the spring and summer. So I just think experience of going through that quarantine is the biggest thing. And I do think that the vast majority will handle it much better. And the ones that don't, I mean, they'll have to pay the price.
I wanted to ask about a player we haven't talked about in a while, Ryan Jones with Oklahoma transfer. I know you mentioned maybe a possibility of him coming in the spring, or do you have any updates at all in sight there? Is that still kind of to be determined?
Unfortunately, I cannot comment on any player that has not signed with the university. So if any players or when players do sign with us officially, whether it's December 16th or beyond, then I'll be able to comment on them. I got my hands slapped for that one back in the summer. So,
all right, there's Mike Houston. That reminds me, he was talking about, I believe Ryan Jones. Is Ryan that Jones, the yeah? And Stephen Igo expects him to be here in January. So hopefully that is the case. Mike Houston can't talk about it yet. Reminds me of the year after. Boy, I guess this would have been Patrick Pinckney's last year, I guess, when Dominique Davis was coming in. Mm-hmm. Dominique Davis, I think, committed to ECU, and I asked Donnie Kirkpatrick about it, and Morgan, as you know, you can get Donnie talking about anything for a lengthy amount of time. Donnie gave me a great 6 or 7 minutes on Dominique. He's big. He's a big physical quarterback, can really throw it. We like him in this offense. He's going to be great. And so we're walking off the practice field, and I see Donnie and Tom talking, Tom McClellan, and then Tom calls me over and says, Clip, all that Dominique Davis, that great audio you just got to run on Pirate Radio, you can't use that. Please don't use that. So I'm like, all right, I don't want to get Donnie, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but that's just one of those things, Morgan, you can't talk about a guy until he's officially here. So.
And Tom was probably just on the edge of that conversation.
Sure, he was looming.
And he's like,
looming around, yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt Donnie. Didn't want to interrupt you, but going like, yeah, you can't really do that.
Yep. So all of that's part of the Pirate Radio hidden audio that we'll release one day when the statute of limitations are over.
No,
we got Morgan on some of those too.
Do you?
I don't know.
Oh, Shaggy.
We definitely got Brian Bailey on a lot of hidden audio. Shirley, that's one thing we missed this year. When Bailey would do Inside the Huddle, and we'd have his entire blooper reel, and Shirley would put that together the last game of the season.
Yeah, it's been kind of disappointing. Now, I could probably, if I really wanted to, go back and try to do my blooper reel from when I had to do the Masterclass Theater.
Oh, the Shirley Rhodes blooper reel. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been pretty.
You guys talk about bloopers. Bloopers are for amateurs.
What do you mean? You don't have any mess ups?
I never make a blooper.
Oh boy! All right.
Shirley cuts it out before it ever.
You make her delete it before it could ever get out to the light of day. All right. So Mike Houston talking there about quarantine. I guess it is good, Morgan. And you gave the thought that hey, you got more gyms open now. That's a good thing. But also, guys have experienced this before, so they hopefully know what to do this time.
Well, this summer everybody was going through it for the first time. I mean, what's going on? What can we do? What can't we do? And not just football players. Every day, I mean, all of us were going through it for the first time, and hopefully for the last time. But I think the players will definitely come back in better shape in January. And if not, those 5 o'clock morning is going to be awful cold when you're out there.
The price will be paid, right? That's what Mike Houston said.
The price will be paid.
All right. Morgan Ahlers here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We got a little more Mike Houston. We got some Mike Oresco. We'll talk some Pirate Hoops as well with Morgan. But right now, let's go ahead and make you a winner. The treasure chest, Morgan Ahlers, is opening back up for business.
Treasure chest.
Sorry, no booty bag opening up today.
It's okay. It's holiday.
But we got some awesome prizes inside the treasure chest this year. We got a lot more to give out, and we're going to give out one right now to caller 12 at 317-1250.
Do they have a hippopotamus on there? Because what if somebody, all they want for Christmas is a hippopotamus for Christmas?
They'll have to get that from somewhere else.
Okay.
But we do have amazing prizes like 12 large pizzas from Domino's of Greenville.
Yeah.
A gift basket from UBE.
Yeah.
$100 gift card to the Warrior Zone.
Yeah.
$100 gift card to Bowen Cleaners.
Yeah.
And a whole lot more. You can be a winner if you're caller 12, 317-1250. We'll open it up, and Morgan Ahlers will talk to you on the other side and let you know what prize you won.
Yeah.
We're back after this.
Yeah.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
This holiday season, remember Jersey Mike's for all your catering needs. Whether it's a private party or you're just feeding the office, Jersey Mike's can take care of it all with 5 convenient locations serving the Greenville area. Jersey Mike's also has online ordering, contactless pickup, delivery, and in-store takeout. Subs, salads, wraps, and all items are sliced fresh all day, every day. Take a break and enjoy Jersey Mike's. Everybody likes Jersey Mike's. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now, during hurricane season, is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hey, this is Jay from Villa Verde. Did you know that Villa Verde opened up its second location? Yes, it's Villa Verde Dos on Arlington Boulevard across the hospital. This new location is a fast, casual environment where you can make your own bowls for only $9.95. Choose from our fresh ingredients, from our toppings bars, or enjoy an amazing rotisserie chicken. We promise you can be in and out in less than 15 minutes. For a quick, healthy meal at an affordable price, visit us at Villa Verde Dos on Arlington Boulevard. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This football season, prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports-watching drink of all time, Pepsi. Designed to power even the most passionate of armchair quarterbacks, Pepsi has everything you need to start strong, keep you in the zone, and recover from those triumphant wins.
Before I was just your average football fan, but thanks to Pepsi, I'm a football-watching MVP. Nothing can stop me from cheering my team on to victory or overreacting when the ref makes a bad call. What do you mean he wasn't in? That looks like 2 feet to me.
With refreshing deliciousness specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness to help you power through game day, Pepsi is the premier football-watching beverage.
I used to care when Mike cheered so hard he spilled nacho cheese on my carpet or wiped buffalo sauce on my new couch. But thanks to Pepsi, I'm so in the zone, even Mike can't ruin my football party. See? Don't even care.
So this football season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink made for football watching. Pepsi, that's what I like.
This is Stephen Igo, publisher of HoistTheColors.net. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any college sports program, and no one devotes more coverage to the future of ECU athletics than Hoist the Colors. Want to know who's going to be the next Holton Ahlers or Jaden Gardner? We've got all the inside scoop on the Pirates' most talented recruits and top targets 24/7. Sign up now and get your first month of coverage for a single $1. HoistTheColors.net, the most reliable reporting on ECU athletics.
This is assistant football coach Drew Dudzik, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, where good health hits home. Visit your CBD store today on Arlington Boulevard across from the mall. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for the day. The Dow had a good day. It closed at 30,218 after going up 248 points. The NASDAQ was up 87 at 12,464, and the S&P was up 32 at 3,699. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, welcome back to the program. Clip Rock, Morgan Ahlers here. Morgan showing me pictures from his seat at Minges Coliseum doing the PA. There might be less players diving into the scores table this year, Morgan. With,
I don't know. We had two of them the other day.
Really?
Really close. Yeah.
With the plexiglass and everything up.
Somebody made the comment, yeah, nobody's ever jumped into the scores table. I went, yeah, there was. I remember when Joe was here before, Coach Dooley was here before, they had a player named Kenyatta Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And one game sitting there in Kenyatta, this is back when they just had the folding chairs, not the rolling chairs. And Kenyatta comes flying, going after the loose ball, and he jumps over the table, and I catch him. He never hits the table.
Like in wrestling, Glenn, when they come off the top rope.
I literally caught him.
Yeah.
And he's like, thank you, Mr. Morgan. You're welcome.
It's always good to have a big PA guy that can handle that duty.
We had to get another chair because the chair buckled, but he never hit the table.
Interesting. All right. Morgan is here. Morgan, I'm going to put you to work. Shirley's going to draw a number in a moment. You're going to have to name the prize that our winner gets. First, we'll talk to that winner. Out of the Pirate Radio Treasure Chest, Jason Beasley is on the Fixed NC Live line. Hello, Jason.
Hello, Cliff. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jason. Congratulations. Before we find out what you won, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live here in Greenville, big Pirate fan, listen to you guys all the time. My first time ever getting through on the treasure chest, so I'm very excited.
This is our second first-timer winning today. Congratulations to Mr. Beasley. We ran down all the prizes earlier, Jason, and we have all week. I don't know if you were listening in our last hour, but anything in particular that's in the treasure chest that you want this year?
I didn't hear one thing that I was not excited about, but I feel like I'm going to be a winner regardless of it.
Is there anything in particular you want? Because if you Venmo me 20, I can make it happen. That's it. Got him all confused. He's done.
Oh no! I'm going to just go with luck of the draw here. Luck of the draw.
All right, sounds good. Shirley is going to open the chest. Shirley is going to pick out a number, and Morgan Ahlers, voice of Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium and Minges Coliseum.
Want me to do the official voice?
Do the official winning voice for Jason Beasley. When we find out what number, Shirley's got her hand stuck.
Is that like when the magic 8 ball that you broke open to put the thing?
I don't know, but dang, if it ain't hard to get my hand in there. Either that or my hand is fat. I don't know which one it is.
Shirley had a big lunch.
We got Jason.
Jason Beasley, that's right.
All right, here we go. Number 21.
Number 21. Yes, Jason, you've won a gift basket to Naughty Dog Brewing Company.
Boom.
Yes,
right.
Jason, you won that gift card, a gift basket to Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Jason!
You all right, Morgan?
He's going to take us drinking.
Yeah, we'd love to be a part of that prize because that's a big one. Jason, congratulations, man. Enjoy that. Ellerby will give you a call, and we'll get your prize to you.
All right, excellent, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for listening. There is Jason Beasley with the win. Gets the Naughty Dog Brewing Company gift basket.
The Naughty Dog gift basket.
So, Pirate Al, you know Alan, pal.
Alan,
yeah. Do you play cornhole?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's got a sweet ECU.
Is that the one in there?
Yeah, in fact, you can take it and I'll give it to him.
Okay.
Just kidding. Don't do that. We'll get in trouble.
Al, you ain't going to see that
one. We've got Jim Dillon, who won the $100 Visa gift card from Sparky Snowballs. Susan Deans, a $100 gift card from Emporium. Steve Hill, $100 gift card to Clean Eats. $100 gift card to Jack Brown's went to Josh Lilly. Jason Beasley gets the gift basket to Naughty Dog Brewing Company. Karen Gagnon, mother of former Pirate Taylor Gagnon, picked up her $100
doing some high school stuff when he was at Rose. Him with Kenny Weston, who's at Conley now, teaches at Conley.
$100 gift card to Play It Again Sports. They have a sports family. That's a good gift for them. And Josh Thomas won the $100 gift card to Tiebreakers. Mm-hmm. Josh, if you have any questions about what to get at Tiebreakers, Morgan's probably your guy.
Yeah,
he can help you out with that.
They got good food.
That they do. I enjoy it. All right, so we'll open it back up once again on Monday. Morgan, the Pirates are 2-0 to start the basketball season. They've beaten 2 opponents that they didn't know they were going to play a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's how crazy this season is. Now, Radford has been on the schedule for a while, and that is the next opponent coming up Saturday. I've been asking this, Morgan, and you were there. You saw it. You're supposed to beat a D3 school by 30 points. Pirates won by 29. Anything you could take away from that win earlier this week?
You've been following Pirate basketball a long time. This is I think 30 years ago I started calling the games, and there have been times when D3 schools have come in here to East Carolina, and I don't know if they've beaten us, but they've come really close.
Jeff Charles said in 1989. Were you here yet, Morgan?
I was in school. I was just out of school, but I would come to the games all the time.
NC Wesleyan beat East Carolina. So to what you're saying, there have been times that the game's been way too tight.
Yes, been way too tight, and I think this is one of these deals with East Carolina right now that they've got a team coming back. Unlike last year when you missing your starting guards, they were out for 7-8 games and didn't quite know what you have because you never had a chance to get together with these guys. These guys are playing well together. The other night, I think J.J. Miles was not suited up, and I think Fifi, the big freshman, wasn't suited up.
JJ and Fifi?
JJ and Fifi were not in uniform. But the guys that were out there, I thought they played well. They played good defensively. I think Coach Dooley, he's never going to be happy. Joe will sit here and tell you that you can beat somebody by 40 points, and you shut him down. You held him to 6%, shooting from the field, and he wants 4. I mean, and
the other day,
Coach
Morgan, we played because his opening comments, he was pretty negative. He was not happy with the defense. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if the question was what positives did you get, but his second answer, he went over some positives. It sounded like he was in physical pain talking good about his team.
Joe's
it was hilarious.
Joe's a great coach and a great guy, and he knows when he's got to. He realized what they were playing against the other. They weren't playing against a Memphis. They weren't playing against a Central Florida and those teams. They were playing against Wesley. Nothing against them. They were physically outmatched. We should have beat them by 30. They had 1 or 2 players that got hot and made some shots that looked like they were just playing. just pick up basketball, and they're shooting it and going in. But I really like the way they pass the basketball. Their size is going to be a big factor for the Pirates this year because they're bigger than they think they probably have ever been. Luigi in there, he played well. Charles Coleman got in the game. He did some good things, and of course, Jaden. He's started off. He had a couple misses around the basket, but then he starts getting dialed in, and God, he's fun to watch because he's so hard to stop.
Yeah, and has that motor that goes the entire game. I got one of my wishes while I was watching the Charlotte game. That of course, was on the road. And the big fella, Luigi, had a couple baskets. I thought, man, I can't wait to hear Morgan Ahlers say, Luigi, da boo. And I got my wish on. I want to hear that. I need a big.
He had a nice dunk the other day.
I need a big dunk. I need a full house at Minji's, and I need to hear Morgan Ahlers hollering out that name. That'll be fun. Got your first look at Noah Farrakhan. I told Igo, I'm glad he didn't go like 6 for 6 from 3 because then everybody would have been clamoring for him to start and play 40 minutes. I'm glad he missed a couple, but nice to see him at his first 2 threes.
Coach knows what he's doing, bringing him along the way he is. I thought that he looked the part. He's very fast, very athletic, not afraid of anything. I mean, defensively, I thought he's going to get better. I think when the competition gets up there and there's some of these really good guards coming through, they're going to get after it. I like the way all the guards played. I like the way Pig played. I thought he is so tough physically. He won't back down from anybody talking smack. And there was a time that there was a situation going on that he was talking smack almost in the bench of Wesleyan, and they pulled him away from it. But
he's never seen a loose ball he didn't want to dive on. No, that's for sure.
No, he's a tough physical basketball player, and that's what you need. Because there's these teams like you get the Memphis as they start coming through here. The Cincinnati's. Yeah. Cincinnati are just as soon as smack you upside the head as to play you. I mean, they're a physical, tough basketball team, and that's what Coach Dooley wants to bring here, and I think that we're on the verge of that.
We're going to rely on Jaden, obviously, to be our guy, but I feel like outside of that, whereas in years past, the team has been so thin, you would need the guys on the court to play well. This year, if Tremont Robinson-White isn't having a good game, Tristan Newton can play his minutes and White's minutes. If one of your bigs, if Brandon Suggs isn't having a good game, maybe you can bring in. So, I feel like we're deep enough, Morgan, where if a guy's having an off night, there's enough to pick up the slack.
We're 8-9 deep.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. And, again, J.J. Miles didn't play the other night. He's, is a 6'7" wing guy that can get his shot off from a long way out. So does Tristan Newton. So you've got to defend that now. We haven't had those guys around here in a long time, with the exception of a few Lebo years when you had
Kemp and
Akeem Richmond would come out there with Akeem.
You're talking about shooting threes.
Yeah, shooting threes and having to defend that. We just teams. Okay, you want to shoot it? Go ahead. We know you're going to shoot 15%,
and just sag down on Jaden and make his life miserable. But
especially like his rookie year, his freshman year, that he got out there and he had that great start, and then toward the end of the year he got I think physically he wore down because teams were double and triple teaming him and they were just beating him, and he wasn't getting any of the calls.
Got Radford tomorrow.
Yeah,
Morgan,
Highlanders
2:00. 2:00 tip off at Minji's Coliseum. Let's take our final time out. We'll come back. Got more to go with Morgan Ahlers here on Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. We're back with you after this. While other folks come and go, Greenville Pool & Supply has been your local pool store in Greenville and Eastern North Carolina for over 40 years. Are you finding yourself spending more time at home than ever before? If so, turn your backyard into a vacation destination. Greenville Pool has pools for any size backyard. Choose from the very popular fiberglass, classic vinyl, or custom concrete. If you order your pool now, it could be in by this spring. If you're ready for a pool, contact the pros at Greenville Pool & Supply. Hey, Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and get things done right with a John Deere tractor package from Quality Equipment. You can't afford to lose on your home turf, so we'll help you get the driveway done right at the right price. Right now, our 1023E driveway package starts as low as $148 per month. So get quality done right before every ECU football weekend. Visit QualityEquip.com. Offer ends 12/31/2020. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you. Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
Hey guys, 'tis the season to shop Shimmer Boutique. It is your one-stop shop for the whole family this holiday season. This is Ashley from Shimmer, and supporting local is important. That's why we have the widest range of local North Carolina clothing. Shimmer carries a great variety of men's, youth, women's clothing, and jewelry as well. Plus, we will always help you pick out your gifts and even gift wrap them for free. Let's make holiday shopping easy and fun with Shimmer Boutique, located on Greenville Boulevard behind Starbucks, in Winterville besides New River Pottery, and in Jacksonville.
Get your sports weekend started at Familia. Every Thursday, Familia has $2 drafts all day. Stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have an ice-cold $2 draft. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
It's bow time. How do you like your steak cooked? How about country? Cause Bojangles is serving up their own brand of fine dining. We're talking thick, hearty, mouthwatering steak country fried to perfection and served up on a fresh and fluffy buttermilk beauty. And right now, you can snap up 2 steak biscuits for $4.50. So put on your fancy pants, cause Bojangles has steak. It's bow time.
This holiday season, get the perfect stocking stuffer from our friends at Sawyer's Fun Park. If you purchase a Sawyer's gift card now, they'll add bonus bucks to it. Here's how it works. Buy a $20 card, get $10 added on. Buy a $40 gift card, and you get $20 added on. If you buy a $60 gift card, you get $30 added on. Or if you buy a $100 gift card, you get $50 added to that card. It's bonus bucks. Going on now, only at Sawyer's Fun Park on Quarry Road in Winterville.
Pirate radio sounds different.
Different is good. We are all the same. You'll be ashamed.
Because different is good.
Oh yeah.
Pirate radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, where good health hits home. Visit your CBD store today on Arlington Boulevard across from the mall. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors, and parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember to focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live, heading into the weekend. Looking forward to some Pirate Hoops coming up on Saturday as they take on Radford at 2 o'clock. Women playing at Duke this weekend, so that's going to be a tough test. Who's the Duke coach, Shirley?
Kara Lawson.
Lawson, that's right. So she'll be taking on the Pirates coming up. And Morgan, we were just talking about App State and Louisiana tonight, and you're talking about the weather is going to be a factor. I saw Redbeard on Twitter just posted the radar, and that is surrounded, the entire area in western North Carolina, right there, Boone in the middle, is surrounded by green, yellow, orange, and a tad of red. So it's going to be pretty ugly tonight, it looks like, in Boone.
Take App State minus the points. And the under.
And the under. It's under weather for sure. How about tomorrow?
It's under weather?
Under weather.
Under weather. I like that.
It's under weather. Under weather.
What if we came up with a new line of clothes, the underweather clothes?
These are undergarments that are warm.
Yeah, they're when you're under weather.
Yes.
Underweathers.
And under the weather. Glenn is fascinated by the Stormin' Mormons taking over
He looks
Myrtle
so
Beach.
fascinated.
Oh, not about this. He's fascinated by something else. And that's BYU, who on 3-4 days notice said, hey, we'll play Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina they were planning for all the Baptists to come into town with Liberty, but instead they're going to get the Mormons with BYU coming up on Saturday. That's a fascinating matchup, Morgan.
The problem with that, though, is that everybody in Myrtle Beach is going to be knocking on the doors. I mean,
on the hotel doors?
Uh-huh.
Passing out the...
if you're Coastal Carolina, you want to go out and you want to, they're still undefeated, correct?
Correct. They're both undefeated, yeah.
Okay. One of those teams are going to lose.
That is mind-blowing, but correct.
One of those teams is going to lose. Whoever loses this game, whether if it's Coastal Carolina, you can say, well, they weren't supposed to beat BYU anyway. If it's BYU, they're going to go, why did you play Coastal Carolina? You're
calling this a lose-lose situation? I mean,
I think it is, because I think Coastal Carolina could possibly get into a much bigger bowl game if they go undefeated. If they have one loss, it could cost them a lot of money in one of the other bowl games.
Unfortunately for BYU, this win is not going to do much for them in the grand scheme of things. You're right.
I think
for us, the fans, I think it's great that they're playing.
I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
I think BYU. I feel really sorry for the PA guy down in Myrtle Beach.
They got some names.
That was the worst game I have ever called in football.
Yeah. You finally learned Ken Niumatalolo and you're feeling good, and then you got a whole roster.
You got a whole roster, and you get them wrong, and then you somehow, no offense, but there's a 6'5", 375-pound Samoan guy on the other side that's got my phone number, and he's threatening me.
You got a bunch of Roman Reigns and the Rocks coming after.
Yeah, it's in the Samoan language and the pronunciation. It's just so unique, and it takes
a lot of vowels.
Yes.
A lot of anuas and
ohs.
Yeah. And all Morgan can say is
There was a couple of times in that. There was one, and bless his heart, for the life of me, I could not say his name. And I had the SID before the game. I said, please tell me like the main guys and how to say their name. My name's Ahlers. I've heard Ahlers, Ashlers, Adlers.
Oh, have you?
Oh, my God.
On ESPN broadcast all year?
Ehlers, Eilers.
Ahlers.
Yeah. Anyway, and it's, it's not as complicated as some of these BYU names. Well, there was one name, and again, I don't remember his name. It was like two first names, 3 or 4 second names, and then the third name, and they were all put together. It was like Bob, Joan, Jim, Jom, Joan. But all Samoan. Mm-hmm. Again, you get the picture.
Yeah.
I could not say it.
Yeah.
And Bob Milam, who was the spotter for me up there, I'll call the offense. This guy played linebacker or something, and I'll say, okay, it was Holton Ahlers to Blake Prohl, gain of 15 yards, and then I'll let the microphone up. Bob will say, tackle made by number 21, Bob James Jump, and I would say tackle by number 45. And I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Because I could not say his name instead of saying it wrong. And I even went up at halftime to find the SID to say, please tell me how. And he said, it's okay.
Because it's not something you take lightly. I mean, it's important to get the names right. And we go, when ECU plays St. John's, like seemingly every year in the Leclerc Classic early in the year, there's a lot of Italian names. And, not as difficult as what you're talking about.
You don't want to screw up the Italian names.
But, hey, I want to get them right.
Let me tell you something. You screw up the Italian names, they're going to come and get you.
So, you go over.
They're going to be the Mormons knocking on your door.
Morgan, do you write phonetically a lot?
Yes.
I do that all the time, too, because you want to get them right. And
in basketball, it's the same way. There's some players, like I'll ask, in football. The problem with football is you have the big sheet, and you've seen it. You've seen the game sheet that Tom and Malcolm and those guys do, and that's what I use. And you've got the starters. Well, there's always going to be that one or two players that aren't on the too deep, that all of a sudden start showing up. So now there's no room to write their name, so I have to go into the list of numbers. and I'll do it, and then I start trying to write, and I'll have, by the end of the game, I got notes everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying, again, the whole thing, and you guys know this with public, you want to get the names right, because out of respect for the players,
sure,
out of respect
the
for
families.
the opponent, because it's a big deal. And a lot of times, I've been to a lot of stadiums, I don't think some of the PA announcers really care.
No, they don't. No, and
some of the times I think it's funny, because I've heard East Carolina be called Eastern Carolina at football games in NFL stadiums. And it just blows me away when that happens.
Well, that's a thing, too, getting the school's name right and what you can call them, because I remember when Appalachian State was at East Carolina for a baseball tournament, they said in the notes, Morgan, we are Appalachian State, we are not App State, we are not Appy State, we are not Happy Appy. I was like, wait, people are saying now batting for Happy Appy.
Well, Central Florida.
Right,
the Golden Knights. We are
They're
now
UCF only, right?
The UCF, we are no longer Central Florida. East Carolina a few years ago, we were no longer East Carolina. We are ECU,
which is insane. I noticed on the game notes now it says,
I always called us East Carolina, by the way, from the PA standpoint.
Morgan's such a bad. I'm a rebel. The bad boy of PA, Morgan Ahlers.
I actually had somebody relay a message to me on text, said that we are ECU per the chancellor.
This is coming from the top.
And the very next play, first down, East Carolina.
I love it. But now it says we can be referred to as ECU or East Carolina. Please do not call us. And it says we have never been Eastern Carolina, and do not abbreviate us as E-Caro or E-Carolina. That kind. E-Carolina still pops up all the time on ESPN.
What's the one? Is it Ecuador, or there's something on soccer or something that pops up, and it's like, we play soccer?
Yeah. If you hashtagged ECU like during the World Cup, an Ecuadorian flag pops up.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's okay. That's what it was.
Yeah. So, all right. Nobody cares about this, but we do. This is kind of inside baseball here. But this is
inside PA announcing.
With this is our new podcast. We're coming out with.
Yeah, we could do it. We'd have followers in the tens.
In the tens. Yeah, they care about PA announcing. Morgan will be on the PA coming up at Minges on Saturday as East Carolina takes on Radford.
And I will do Showtime.
Yes.
Fans stand up and get loud.
Oh, it was Chandler and I talking about it. We were watching on ESPN Plus, hearing you say, "All right, Pirate fans, stand up." And we were like,
I told Justin, I said, watch this.
Is Morgan doing this as a gag right now? Or so you're going to keep that going. So
the players looked at me like I was crazy.
I watched the women's game the following day. They had a wrap up, and you'll be able to see that, Morgan, when you go to Minges tomorrow. But also, I saw there were fans in the purple seats going crazy. Now, I'm assuming they were maybe parents or...
I heard that they were going to allow some parents in.
Yeah.
They didn't the other day for the men's game.
Right.
I heard that they were going to start a lot, which, I mean, it's just like when they said, okay, we're going to allow 50 people in the Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium to watch the game.
Yeah.
That's one person every 40 rows.
Right.
Okay? You can spread out people and it'd be okay. As long as they don't come down to the court, they're 30 feet away, you know, they're not going to come down there. But, we're sitting here watching the Detroit Mercy Michigan State game, and you're looking at that, you can see how Michigan State has their arena set up, and it actually looks good. A lot of visual signage and people look, for nobody in there, it looks like there's people in there. So
yeah.
I just want to add that Minges now has the cardboard cutouts.
They weren't there Monday. They weren't there early on this week, and I heard they were coming in.
I saw pictures today.
There's some dogs, some cats.
I believe that is Brian Meador's dog.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right.
Huh. I know one of my favorite commercials, by the way, since we're really just killing the last 2.5 minutes, is the North Carolina Veterinaries commercial. I want so bad at the football games they ran those commercials again. I want so bad to every time it comes up go dog, cat, bird, monkey. Just under my breath, just a little bit.
Morgan even said as we went to break previously when he was doing something, he was like, I don't know where I come up with this stuff. It's just a stream of consciousness going through that big brain of yours.
Consciousness.
Morgan, I always have fun when you join us on Fridays.
Thank you. I have a good time.
Yeah, it's fun to talk sports and nonsense with you. Shirley, I don't know how much she enjoys it, but
Shirley's going, it's Friday, it's
Shirley's literally going 40, 39, 38, 37.
We have 50.
It is 5:59
and 50 seconds.
on a Friday.
You have about 40 seconds.
Shirley wants to go the hell home.
Let's see. There's
Shirley.
We have the voice that will say you've been listening to. So that's probably like, how long is that, Shirley? 12 seconds?
10 seconds.
That's 10 seconds, exactly.
You have 20 seconds on the post.
Morgan, it's been great seeing you.
It's been great to be seen.
We will talk to you again next Friday.
Yes.
Have a great weekend. Have a good call tomorrow at Minges Coliseum as the Pirates take on the Radford Highlanders. Shirley, Big Dog, good to see you. We will see you folks Monday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 9